Saturday. Is it Saturday? GPS?
Saturday.
GPS. Philly Soul. Really looking forward to it.
3 p.m. East on Deep Tracks Channel 27.
I plan on teaching Chris Stanley where his music comes from. I plan on teaching Jen where her music comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I plan on explaining to Vito that Bruce Springsteen used to go down there all the time. That's his entire music.
Do you think this is your most proud GPS because it's home field advantage?
Delco, ladies and gentlemen, Delco. Linwood dances. Yes, I will. I'll say that. I'll say whenever anyone from the Philadelphia area does anything, I take pride in it. I'm still proud of Rocky after all these years. I mean, it's not so much that he got knocked down, but it's the way he got up. You know what I mean? Just kept coming.
I feel like he went the distance. You know what I mean?
Yes, he went the distance. Go for it, Rock. And the way that he ran up those tiny little steps, fantastic. It's the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
I'm Ron Bennington. There's a new visual thing sweeping the internets. And I think you found it, right, Gail?
Yes, I did. So, we pull up the picture here. What is it that you see in this image?
Strawberries. A nice plate of strawberries.
Chris?
Strawberries.
Yes. Okay, so can you identify the colors that you see?
Well, there's a green haze around red strawberries, and I don't believe I see another color, unless you could say there's, you could see an underlining of white and spaces of black. So I put that at 4 colors.
Red. I would say teal.
Where's teal?
Like I see that the haze that you see is green. I say it's teal.
Oh, you're so specific.
First of all, I don't know what color teal is.
That color.
You mean green?
It's like greenish blue.
Okay.
Light greenish blue.
And then I guess there's wood. There's like wood at the top.
There's no wood at all.
Wood is not a color. Also,
yellowish wood.
You know what? Why did I call him in? Oh, you called him in.
I did. I thought he could play the game.
So
the point of this is one of the colors that you identified is not there.
Wood
Definitely is not. Okay, not Chris, because teal and wood have nothing to do with this.
Yes.
Apparently in this image, there are 0 red pixels. There is no red in this picture.
And yet, there's red in this picture.
Everyone perceives this.
No, we don't perceive. We see red.
Yes, but that's your perception, but there is no actual red.
Well, first of all, you say this by perception. My perception is always the only thing that matters when it comes to sight, correct?
No, because there's no actual red, so what you are perceiving as red is not red. It's just the way you are viewing it. What you're actually seeing there, the pixels are gray.
That's bullshit.
They're saying they use no red in this
Matter
image.
of fact, I don't see any gray at all.
No, there's nothing about this image that looks gray.
So therefore it is red.
This is the new dress, if you all remember the dress. Except for we're all in agreement. We all see red.
Oh, you see red. You don't see gray.
Everybody, I think that across the board, people see
Jen,
red.
what do you see?
I feel like I'm seeing like blue.
The strawberries are blue.
Like it's like a teal light blue.
The strawberries.
But the strawberries themselves, do you not see the strawberries as red?
I do see them as red.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah. There's
no one's fighting
red.
over the teal or light blue or green.
We're all seeing this seafoam haze.
Right. Let's not focus on the seafoam haze right now. The teal seafoam haze. Let's go by the strawberries. And the strawberries are red, not gray.
Completely look red, but are not in fact red.
All right, Chris, you're over next to the screen.
Yeah.
Put your eyeball up as close as you can and see if you see any gray in it.
Turn the brightness up all the way.
That's red, Ron.
Okay.
There ain't no gray in this picture.
Red, Ron. I don't see how this works then.
I don't exactly know. Like, somebody created this image and it has something to do with color. It's like color consistency or color constancy or something like that.
This guy is a troll. He put up something red. I'll put up something tomorrow that's orange. I'll say, believe it or not, that's black. And, what do I got to lose? No one can sue me over it. Let's do it. Vito, do you know how to make up like a crazy strawberry thing?
What do you mean?
Well, first of all, what do I mean? I just told you what I want something that, could you make this thing here that this fucking mutt made? This.
Your own image.
We can put a filter over that shit.
No, I don't want you to put a filter over it. Why is everyone in that room focusing on the teal sea foam?
They're obsessed.
Instead of the fucking strawberries. Here's what I want. I want us to put up a thing of grapes tomorrow that's blue and then say, there's no blue in this at all.
Yeah, we could do that 100%.
Oh, you had your ashes done?
Yeah, I went a block away.
Forgot.
They're open till 7, a block away if you want to go.
I like to go before. Plus, I'm going to that cigar show tonight at the stand. I'm going to get my own ashes on.
People are just going to be, oh, you got a little something right there.
Yeah.
No!
I thought you just once again forgot to wash. By the way, did you scare all the non-Catholics walking around?
Yeah, everybody just stares at you and judges you harshly like you're some religious, like...
No, not when it's but that doesn't mean that they're judging you harshly. They're just fearing you.
It is an intimidating look.
It is.
Like, it's a very cool thing, like the Catholics coming down the street. Everybody's like...
You're like, oh man, there's a lot more Catholics than I thought around here.
Well, even what the priest says to you is so intense.
All right, hold on. Here is, unlike Vito, somebody wants to help us. It's David in Tennessee.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Picture those as potatoes, like baked potatoes.
Yeah.
They're not strawberries any longer, and you don't see red. Now they start appearing to be a little brown-like.
But I'm going to look at it very closely, and I would say I'm not eating those potatoes. Those seem to be very red to me.
That's kind of, because he said it and I thought, that's preposterous. But if you're looking at the bottom thing and you're just going, okay, the bottom row, that's potatoes. I see what he's saying. You can kind of get a more reddish brown, but still not gray, which is what the actual pixels are.
David, first of all, you came up with a brilliant thing. And for that, you're going into the pretty good prize closet.
Yeah!
Pretty good prize. Pretty good prize. Jeremy, Ohio.
Yeah, I think this guy is definitely trolling. If you're looking at any computer screen, the pixels are only red, green, and yellow, and those combine to make up any color. There's no such thing as a gray picture on any screen, just like the cones in your eyes.
He's got a good point there.
This is interesting. He has a point that I can't disprove, so I'm intrigued. I'll treat it as fact.
No, I like what you're saying.
You know how you mix colors to make any other color on the palette?
Yeah, but not primary colors, right?
I was really good at it. No, primary colors.
And red is a primary.
Yeah, red is a primary.
So you can't make up red, right? There has to be red.
Yeah, that's what I was under that impression. So how could, and again, I'm going to say gray pixels, but I feel like this has already been disproven. But how could gray make up red?
Well,
I don't know. There's no such thing as a gray pixel, and so I don't see how it could.
There's no such thing as a gray pixel. I mean, I feel like we're being completely trolled. By the way, this picture is up on the iBang, and the frustrating part is the TLC phone over top of it, which now I'm saying more and more is gray. If you picture the strawberries as potatoes, the TLC foam starts to look just gray to you.
Fog.
This entire thing is a lie.
But I like that this guy made a thing like it's like the dress was, oh, it divides us. Then people see this. Everyone sees red, and he just goes, nope, you're wrong.
He's wrong. First of all, what we see is what we see. Period. You know what I mean?
So you're under the impression perception is reality.
How is it not? Like, we don't know if you and I see blue the same color. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have color blindness, right? Mm-hmm. But I remember once when I said that the Chicago Bears jerseys were black and everybody was going navy blue, navy blue. And the only way that I can see this navy blue is if I have the jersey and pull it right up to my face. But the second they walk away, it looks like a black jersey to me.
Because there are some colors that we are less good at telling apart depending on the person. Like some people have very difficult time telling the difference between shades of red and orange. Some people struggle with like dark blues and blacks.
And we don't know we don't know how anybody sees anything else. You know what I mean? Like, for all I know, Chris could see every red like it's green, but he just calls it fucking red because that's what he learned as a kid. You know what I mean?
Right. Or that the even more subtle, like you think of a night sky, most people go, oh, it's black, but really a lot of people are just perceiving like a very dark blue. Like you're seeing a deep blue that is almost black.
Right. But we don't even have to get that point. We don't know what anybody else sees. I don't see color. I only hear accents. And that's how I know what color someone is. I'm like, that sounds awful urban. By the way, if you look over at that and you do start to see it as gray, it means you have a brain tumor.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
Patrick, in Houston.
Yeah, I'm in Houston.
What's up,
Hey,
buddy?
so I was going to say that there are such things as gray pixels because pixels can be any color at all. It's the on the screen, it can only be made up of those three colors. But in actuality, I mean, that picture can be made of pixels of any color.
I don't understand how that can happen. I don't know how color and pixels work. I just don't.
Well, it's just magic and computers. I mean, that's all it is.
Oh, now I get it. I understand magic completely.
I'm on this guy's side.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I mean, you're 100% there. You already got it.
It's like a wand. It's like a wonderful wand.
Okay.
You know?
I mean, that's what the mouse is for, you know? The mouse is just your wand and you're Harry Pottering everything you got.
All right. Thanks, man. Peace.
All right, no problem.
Charles, North Carolina.
Hey, so I don't know if you'll remember this, but there was an episode a while ago where it sounded like you think that Larry Bird's hair is red, and I'm pretty sure he's blonde. So maybe that colorblindness thing you were talking about has some weight.
Well, now his hair is white, but when he was younger, put up a picture of young Larry Bird. Very young Larry Bird, like 3. No. Like when he played with the Celtics. Look at Chris, who he asked for one thing. Now, I'm seeing him right there. Look at the first one that you went to. That to me is what we would call a ginger. I mean, I would give in to a strawberry blonde.
Right.
But that's not blonde hair.
I would say that's the definition of a strawberry blonde, which is a very light red-haired person.
Right. So are you getting that, Charles? Do you agree with that?
Well, I mean, after the episode, I looked it up, what color is Larry Bird's hair, and there's a whole, argument that I saw on the internet about it.
Right.
Where one person says red, and then the whole world says blonde.
I would say this, and I mean, I think it's something everyone should. Casey would waltz with the strawberry blonde, and the band played on. So,
that's fair.
You know, that might be the thing that we're looking for.
Now look at this picture here that I found. This is a very, that's almost legitimately red.
That's almost what you would call an orange-headed freak. But now his hair is like gray to white, I think. And that gets you nothing in this world.
That's just not hair.
Yeah. At that point, he has straw.
Mostly.
Actually, it's not as bad as I thought. I don't know why I had it in my head. Chris's only job is to tap it. There you go. There's the actual picture I'm looking for. Am I crazy or does he just get better looking every time I see him? Maximum in Idaho.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yes.
About the color thing, Brain Games, that show, TLC show or whatever, did a whole episode on that. That color it's all about perception. There's no actual red. There's no actual blue. It's all in how your brain perceives it, which fucked me up because I'm a painter, and so my whole career is a lie.
Yes, and even they're saying for any color, it's only the way the light comes off of it, right? So what we're seeing is not the color, or we're not seeing even the object. We're seeing the reflection of the object in the light.
So it's like there's no things that... like physical things that make up color on something. It's only the way the light reacts to it, correct?
You just took that further than I know. Your question is well above my head. I just heard
we're working it out.
Unlike you, I heard it's just the reflection of the light, and that's all I needed. I just went around for the rest of my life saying things that way. You're now making me think that I have the intelligence of a Louis J. Gomez, that I only Need to hear something once and then I fight to the death to prove that thing that I heard first.
All right. If you were forced to omit one color from your visual spectrum, you would no longer be able to see this color on Earth at all. What color would you choose?
Now, what am I replacing it with? Let's suppose I get rid of blue, right? Okay. What am I going to see? Is it just going to be like I won't see blue objects? Like a blue car could run into me? No. I'll like, watch out for those headlights, and then I get fucking blasted.
No, this would be another color would replace that color. You've just skipped over this color completely.
So blue would be replaced by green?
Yes.
Orange would be replaced by red. And let's say yellow would be white.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to get rid of something I need less than anything else. Teal comes to mind.
No.
What would you see in that picture?
Same thing I saw before. Green.
I'd go with more of a sea foam for me. Not necessary.
I never went for the, you know those Crayola crayons? Mm-hmm. Crayons? Mm-hmm. I say crowns from where I come from.
Crayons.
I would just say, you know what, just give me the fucking small pack. I'm not using all those extra stupid ones. I don't need copper for any reason.
Give me a classic lineup.
Just give me 8 big thick ones.
I had all of the really detailed, whatever that was, like 120 colors. And I had one that was just flesh tones of all kinds. As pale as a person could be and as dark as a person could be.
I never even heard of that one before.
Yeah.
With mine, when I got the big one, where it was 122, I just set it up in front of me and went like this. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming out here tonight. Let's get this show started, shall we? I got an amazing lineup of acts for you tonight, tonight's variety show. Sometimes I would put them up in front of my football game and just make it... I don't know. You got to tell me. What are you getting rid of?
I think I'm going to go with indigo on the Roy G. Biv scale because
I don't even know what indigo looks like.
Indigo,
a girl, right? Indigo girls.
Indigo is like a purpley blue, and I feel like if you have blue and you have purple.
See, I was looking. I thought we were getting rid of one of the main colors.
Well, that is because the Roy G. Biv. Indigo is the I in Biv.
What about Bibbo DeLow? What was that fucking thing? What was that fucking band? What was that the whole deal? What are you getting rid of, Chris?
I'm getting rid of yellow. I find it unpleasant.
Sunshine.
What are you going to do when Coldplay fucking breaks out their encore?
It's silence.
What is that, by the way? I'm going orange. Fucking clip. What is that rap thing I was trying to bring up from the 90s?
Belle Biv DeVoe?
Thank you. That's all I fucking needed, Chris. Thanks for fucking making me force you to help me. You know what? If a fucking child was drowning, unless they said help Chris would let him go down. What am I saying? He couldn't fucking help anyway. He can't swim.
No, it would be terrible. I'd go down too.
Oh, what a kid?
No.
Chris.
No oral.
Sean, what's up?
Hey, Ronnie B.
Yeah.
To go along with Pot Talk Wednesday, if color is subjective, what if taste is? What if I think steak tastes totally different from what you think it tastes like?
Well, we would have to, right? Because some people love the taste of an oyster, and other people are just repulsed by it and would literally spit it out rather than swallow.
Like my most common food that I don't like, that most people like, is the taste of watermelon. And I know there's something wrong with me. I know that because there can't be that many people that say it's maybe the best natural thing on earth. Like there are so many people who say it's the best flavor, but when I taste it, it's not good.
I have one very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how I'm all about raw things anyway. I think that it tastes better when it's raw.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way about a tomato. Cooked tomato, I'm fine with. A slice of tomato that people love, I'm like, please fucking take that off of there. It tastes disgusting to me.
What happens in that cooking process?
I don't know. It gets delicious. I mean, the same thing that would happen with a fucking cake batter. You don't fucking like to eat cake. Oh, I forgot people do.
They do.
I saw a line for cookie batter down in the village.
Yeah, that's like a big thing. It's like edible cookie dough. that
All
is just,
cookie dough is edible. It just doesn't taste good.
right. Well, I mean, edible in the sense that I don't think it's going to give you like salmonella. Because remember as a kid, your mom would be yelling at you for eating cookie dough and batter because they're like, you can't have that much of it because it's raw egg in it.
Yes, and it's also disgusting. Your cousin Raymond, he would just sit around eating raw hot dogs as if they was the best thing in the world. And he goes like this, raw hot dog? I mean, like, no, dude. It's going to take us a minute to fucking cook that.
Why? It's just bologna in a different shape.
That's what he was basically saying. He goes, if you like bologna, you like this. I go, hey, it's frozen. Yeah, he's like a nice, like a popsicle.
So cold.
Like a hot dog flavored popsicle.
That is so gross.
No, I'm not eating cookie dough. It's fucking disgusting. But I saw people lined up down in the village. It's up on the iBank today. But it is why do people just go like, they just act like the only foods they want, you got to stand in a line for them. You know what I mean? Look, they're putting scoops of cookie dough like it was fucking ice cream.
Oh, it's really kind of gross. Like, it's a little unsettling.
Look at them.
Looking.
This is the exact thing I saw. And I'm like, this is the exact place, right? So I see this line, and I'm going, what are they lined up for? And I couldn't tell. And then they make them get on one side of the street, then they bring them over to the cookie dough place.
Oh, no.
We're getting chaperoned to fucking stand in line.
Chris.
I never jump on those like crazy food.
You were on cronut, pretty fucking heavy.
I wanted a cronut, but I would not wait for one.
Did you eat one?
I have eaten one, and it's excellent.
I didn't think it was that great. I go like this. You know what? Give me a donut or give me a croissant. Don't put them together.
I thought it was excellent, but I wasn't going to be. I was like, give me 6 months, I'll get down there. But while everyone's acting like this is the craziest thing that's ever happened,
I'm telling you, 6 months from now, there's going to be a fucking line for this. These people were so excited to be standing in line for fucking cookie dough.
Is it warm? Because they're like scooping it out like ice cream. Is it warm?
I didn't stand in line to get to it. All I had to hear was cookie dough, and for me to go, oh, I'm not eating cookie dough.
It can't possibly be warm.
But what is it about? I mean, did we always have this weird trendy food thing, or is this just the last couple years? Look how much cookie dough that is. And look at this fucking woman so happy.
I love cookie dough.
Yeah. Look at this guy. Can't wait to put it in his stupid fucking face.
Finally, it's socially acceptable. The chocolate chip.
Do me a favor. Take that fucking cookie dough, put it in that oven that you should have, and give it to me in about 18 minutes. I'll fucking eat the shit out of it.
Dude, okay, I didn't see this. They're putting them in ice cream cones.
Yes.
This is a warm cookie dough that they're biting in an ice cream cone?
What makes you think it's warm?
Because cookie dough can't be that. I mean, how cold would it be?
No, it's
like
the
consistency.
It's definitely cold because look how they're scooping it. It's like it's like tough or it's
It's room temperature. It's cookie dough. It's not frozen nor heated.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's room temperature. I don't want to eat something room temperature out of an ice cream cone.
So you're saying that's warm? Are you telling me you wouldn't have soup out of an ice cream cone?
No, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. Also, the consistency doesn't seem to make sense for the cone.
Wait a minute. What are we doing even discussing this? Send Mr. Trendy in, would you? Mister, I gotta have every dumb fucking thing out there. Every bobblehead or whatever kind of dumb shit.
He's on every bandwagon.
Yeah. Here comes Vito. Vito, have you heard of this yet?
No, I haven't heard of this, but I fucking love cookie dough.
All right. So let's either Facebook Live, Periscope, Snap. I don't know what the fuck we do around here with Vito. And he can do it. By the way, Vito, you're going to be in charge of picking where me, you, and Chris go on Friday. I want it to be a good pick.
Okay.
Give me some of the things just twirling around in your head right now. I wouldn't mind taking everybody to this cookie dough place.
I know there's a burger place downtown. I've heard about this, pretty trendy.
Why do we have to travel?
Or do trendy stuff.
What's the burger place that's trendy to you?
It's called Black Tap Burgers. They're known for their like obnoxiously large milkshakes that have like all like the sticks and like.
Why would that? That's candy. That's not a milkshake. Why don't we do this? I'll fucking get you a milkshake. I'll just pour some fucking Snickers in it. And you have the time of your life.
This is the one where they have like a donut and a piece of pie. And like,
why? You can't get to the fucking shake.
It's like a 4,000 calorie milkshake.
That's what you think you need right now.
I think I really need.
But what you want? Why don't you say this, Ron? Would you get me fucking a shake, a donut, and some fucking M&Ms, and I'll do it. Why does it got to all be shoved into the same fucking jar?
I like when they do the work for me.
Why? Look at that. That's going to be the exact opposite of easy to drink and eat.
There's a piece of pie on top.
It's like a good sommelier knows what wine to pair things with. They know what to pair like a good like cookie.
Why would you think that they do?
First of all, we don't need a sommelier for ice cream.
Right, it's a shake. The other stuff is that there's candy. It looks like some fucking sweet tarts are in there. Why is that a good thing?
I'm really into that M&M, the one, that M&M looking one with the peanut butter cup on it.
I'll get you an M&M's. I'll get you peanut butter cup, and then I'll get you a nice shake that you could actually drink.
And think about the savings.
Believe me, the savings are... And how's the burger at this place that you're getting a fucking candy milkshake?
Well, it's called Black Tap Burgers, so they put their burger first.
You don't know anything about the burgers. You just want a goddamn milkshake. With an M&M store on top of it.
First of all, the idea that you guys are going to do your boy date just sipping milkshakes together is already hilarious.
First of all, it's not a boy date. That's a disgusting looking burger. Oh. You know how many great burger places are here?
You know where I've never been that I would love to go to?
Where?
That, the place in the hotel that everybody talks about.
The place in the hotel?
The burger joint?
Yeah, the burger joint.
I'll take you to Burger Joint. It's only a few blocks from here, and you'll love it. You gotta bring an extra bag of M&Ms for yourself. But they got really good shakes.
Well, okay, I like a good burger and shake.
Not enough candy though for him.
Yeah, I'll just bring like you said, I'll bring peanut M&Ms, I'll bring peanut butter cups, I'll just dump it in. Make a day of it.
Why not just put the burger on top of the shake at that point?
Oh no, I'll get another burger for them.
It's just sliders sticking out of it.
Mini cheeseburgers.
No.
Hey, Joey, what's up?
Drive me nuts.
Hey, you ever hear of Levion Bakery? I believe that's the name.
Where's it at?
West 74th. It's fresh baked cookies. And talk about cookie dough. The middle, the center is hot. I waited a half hour the other day, so embarrassed to say, but it was worth every minute. I went into the Museum of Natural History, came back out to get more. It was a 2-hour wait.
This is near your house, Vito.
Yeah, I go to this place a lot. I could bring these in for all of us.
Why haven't you?
Wrong.
What? Vito?
I don't like a cookie that thick. That looks like a piece of cake.
That's a scone at that point.
It's got like macadamia and stuff, and it's really good. Almond, walnut.
I know the stuff that goes in cookies. Yeah. You're going to bring some of these in.
They're really good. That's probably my favorite cookie in New York.
Bring them in yesterday for fucking Fat Tuesday. All right, Joey. I'm glad that you experienced this thing that Vito gets on the way home every day. Andrew, what's up?
Hey, this whole thing with the cronuts, the cookie dough, even this guy that just called with the cookies, it's all about the young adults, especially the men, boys like Vito, that they don't want to grow up. I mean, would your dad ever stand online for an hour to get a donut?
First of all, my dad wouldn't stand online for an hour to get fucking blood. But I will also tell you, you just can't blame it on his age, because I see a lot of guys in their 40s and even older still talking about fucking Lego Batman and fucking Star Wars. And I literally think when people are looking at where this, I think when we start to lose our culture, we lost America. And I think when everyone talks about us being lost right now, and the reason that they're excited about Trump is because he acts like a dad, where he just tells you he can make things happen. Don't worry about it. It can happen fast. And everyone just goes, yeah, that's what I want, Daddy.
Daddy gonna take care of that.
They take care of you. They gonna bring $1 trillion to you. No bitches for Daddy. And his friends would go like this, hey, Daddy gonna take care of us tonight. Everybody gonna be hired next to Daddy. What is it? Where's your fucking... You're like impending doom over here. It's like a vulture on my shoulder.
What's happening?
What is it? What do you want to talk about?
Oh, we gotta talk...
you want us to read some stuff?
Yeah, they need to read some stuff.
All right, I love reading stuff. Tuesday, March 14th on NBC, the network that brought you amazing shows like The Office, 30 Rock, and Parks and Rec. Get ready for the next premiere of the next hilarious NBC comedy, Trial and Error. It's a murder mystery wrapped in a comedy.
It stars 5-time Emmy winner John Lithgow, who is awesome, as an eccentric professor in a small town accused of murder. Trust me, proving this guy is innocent might just be impossible.
Like The Office, 30 Rock, and Parks and Rec, Trial and Error is smart, outrageously funny, and filled with hilarious characters that you're guaranteed to fall in love with. And did Gail just mention? It stars John Lithgow.
You do not want to miss the premiere of Trial and Error, Tuesday, March 14th, following the all-new season of The Voice. And the must-see season of the most talked-about news show of the season, This Is Us, Tuesday, March 14th on NBC.
That's great. I didn't know that John Lithgow won 5 Emmys.
Yeah, that's quite impressive.
Yeah, he is impressive. I've always been a big fan. I met him one time, talked about just children's books for like a half an hour.
Children's books?
Yeah, he writes and reads children's books. He's like, if you got a kid, you got to buy one of these things where John Lithgow is reading to the children.
He writes them?
He writes them. He performs them in public. He's been doing this for many years. He's done it at Carnegie Hall.
I knew he was awesome.
By the way, I like the sound of this show. A murder mystery wrapped in a comedy? Inside of an enigma? I'm trying to think of other burger places you might like, because you're in a burger mood.
I love like getting a good burger I've never had before.
I used to send a lot of people to burger joint. I haven't in a while. They put another burger joint down in the Village. It's good, but it just doesn't feel the same.
It's less than, you think?
I don't know. Maybe sometimes it's just your own perception, you know?
Like Red.
I guess you're right. Now I'm just going to call that song Red, Red Wine. Just gray wine. Just gray wine. Do you like Vito being the one who gets the pick?
I think it'll be interesting.
Good. Because you, and I had 2 young ladies tell me yesterday, get furious when people talk about what they want to eat and you yell at them.
Well, no, they want me to originally they wanted me to come to lunch with them.
No, we don't anymore.
No, you don't, because I just make the decision in my head. And then I go downstairs, get it, eat it, get it over with.
We made a club. You didn't want to be a part of it. We started Salad Club.
All right. Here's the thing that's really...
No
please don't
club
listen to Vito. He's not helping me at all.
Now I want to hear more about Salad Club.
Oh, good God, Salad Club lasted about 2 days. And it drove
No,
me
it did not.
Yes, it did.
Salad Club lasted 2 weeks, man.
And I had to hear them talk about what's in their salad. Each person would go around the circle and fucking talk about, oh, is that a walnut in there? Is that blue cheese? I'm fucking losing my shit.
And we talked to each other about
that sounds delicious, though.
What we should have.
Blue cheese. I really feel like eating salad now. We're going out for Salad Club on Friday, Chris. You talked me into it.
Shit. No, this is really the issue.
Yeah.
Is that this is actually what he said to me when we were trying to figure out what we want to eat. He's like, I don't understand. Why don't you just eat anything? So we're like, what we're experiencing is that you're hungry. And then you think about what you like to eat. And if you're going with a group, then you go, hey, would you be in the mood for this? Oh, yeah, I'm kind of feeling this. And then we go. He doesn't understand.
Why don't you understand that?
No, but see, this is my thing. Where we are, there's very limited options. So
no, there isn't. You have the entire Hell's Kitchen, which is an explosive area for food right now.
All right, so I leave the block to go get lunch. So
again, that's a different way of living your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're saying it doesn't matter what you eat. I'm saying you can't act like there's not a difference between going out and getting soft-shelled crabs, spaghetti, or Salad Club. These are 3 different experiences. You're just not, calming your blood sugar.
Yeah, that's what I really don't understand.
This lovely person.
I don't know. It's a good group, though.
I know.
Look at the style. I love the hat.
I love the hat, but I really dig the dirty blonde next to her, too. Anyway, here's the whole point. Chris, now you have that.
Yeah.
But then there's also the bonding ritual of people who work together. working on projects.
Right.
You're talking. You're enjoying each other's company. Yesterday, we enjoyed each other's company. We talked, and it's a different relationship than if we're in. This is what I'm trying to figure out. Maybe what I do is it's one day with the girls, one day with Vito, and we bring you back something. You won't know what you're going to eat.
It doesn't matter to him, apparently.
Just try not to let it be a salad, please.
God, he hated
What's salads?
I'm not a big fan of them.
Really? Have you ever had a delicious salad? Not a side salad.
Yeah, not
I think I've mostly had side salads in my day.
because you've never ordered
Yeah.
an entree salad.
No, I have not.
Salad Club is about finding the perfect salad. Good
God,
Salad Club?
fucking Salad Club.
Dude, seriously, there can be salads that kill you. Now, I remember this. Remember when California Pizza Kitchen used to be on the east side?
Yeah.
They moved. We would stop there sometimes. They had unbelievable fucking I'm like, this fucking salad is so good. I'm going to do myself a favor, stay away from the pizza. Later, I found out that their salads was like eating 15 pizzas and 86 candy bars. That's why it tasted so good.
I have this thing that I oftentimes crave what is I call a fat girl salad.
Yes.
Where it's I want a salad, but I want a salad that's bad for you.
Right.
And so I have to explain to them, I'm aware that I might as well just be eating a cheeseburger, but I legitimately don't want a cheeseburger.
Right.
I want a salad that's bad for me.
See, that could be some of the fun in Salad Club when you join Salad Club.
They don't all have to be healthy.
Yeah, but still, I just rather have the cheeseburger. If I was given the option, you want the fat?
Do you want a cheeseburger every day?
Not every day.
But see, here's the thing. You don't want a salad every day either. You could occasionally go out with Salad Club. You don't have to do it every day. Nor do you have to become viciously angry because someone is offered a salad.
Also, who hates to see joy in others? Because, really, this was Vito's pet project. And,
Sure.
He was really
Sounds
excited
like it.
about Salad Club. And he liked to sit there and go, Jen, what did you get in your salad?
Yeah.
And it would make Chris so angry.
So angry. At one point, I put headphones in and pulled up. I just searched for ambient noise on YouTube and blasted it in my headphones so I didn't have to listen to them talk about their fucking salad.
There was one moment that he got really pissed because Vito looked over at me and he's like, what's in there? Brussels sprouts? And I was like, oh yeah. And he was just like, I would never think to do that. And then I just hear Chris go, Jesus Christ!
Now, why does that make you angry? First of all, who doesn't like to talk about food? Everyone.
Because they were going on for forever and ever. It was going on. There was not enough ingredients to talk about for as long as they were going on about this fucking salad.
Have you ever been to a salad bar?
By the way.
No.
By the way, he's saying we're going on forever and ever. The length of time to eat a salad is just a lot.
Like a half hour.
No.
That isn't too long to be talking. I mean, you've talked politics and sports for a half an hour.
But for just 3 individual salads, it seems too much for me, Rod. That's why I'm blasting ambient sound.
Our 3 individual salads are very different from each other, though.
Good God. I'm having fucking flashbacks to this fucking
The base,
conversation.
the dressing, one of us had a kale base, the other one had a spinach base.
Whatever. What's it?
Chris, I remember once I took you out to Sushi Seki, and you talked about sushi for a half an hour.
It was fantastic.
And you were also going like this. It's so good. It's like it's butter. It just melts like butter. All right. So burger joint.
Burger joint would be cool.
Burger joint.
Love burger joint.
We haven't been there in a long time. You know why?
Why?
We moved 2 extra blocks. Well, we used to be across the street with him. From him, we just assumed we were all going to Burger Joint after the show. No one even said, you want to go to Burger Joint. We just put on our jackets and went over there.
No discussion.
No.
That's like your Seinfeld diner. You're like, it's just the assumption.
Yeah, except for, there was nothing besides burger, fries.
Right.
And the big decision is, do you want a shake or a soda? There's nothing else there. There's no menu. You just order cheeseburgers.
We walked past our old diner, Edison, which is now closed. And I was saying to Jen, it was a very sad moment. I was like, we would be there all the time. This would be where we would go. And Jen's like, that's so sad.
Yeah, it is. It was the worst thing that's ever happened in my life. And I said that at my aunt's funeral. I go, worst thing ever happened to me? And they didn't need to close that place. It was done out of fucking pure New York meanness.
It was cruel because there's nothing there. That's the thing that really bothers you is like a place that you really love closed down, and then you just look at an empty storefront for a year. Like, why?
Look, fucking New York got rid of Music Road 2 years ago. They don't give a fuck.
That
They're
was a really bad
fucking
one.
terrible, mean city filled with fucking cruelty.
My friend's dad used to manage the hotel above the Edison Cafe.
It's the Edison Hotel.
Yeah.
That's what the fucking hotel is.
He used to manage it and rent us out a hotel for once a month.
Really? And it was just you and Germans? Because that's all that's ever in that place.
It was 8th grade. It was me and 3 dudes. We play Xbox all night.
That's what you would do.
Oh my
In
god.
8th grade, yeah.
And then what? Touch each other?
No, we'd walk
Explore.
around Times Square and be like, man, this is real New York of us, isn't it?
That's okay.
That's
Look at the kind of fucking shakes you like. What is the most grown-up thing about you, Vito? What's the most adult thing about you?
I think that I have health insurance.
You did before. It was just your mom giving it to you.
No, I got kicked off her plan like 2 years ago.
Why?
I don't know, something with college. Like,
You're supposed to get it till you're 26, Obamacare.
There was something where I was on my own Obamacare, but I got forced off of her insurance with like something, and I had to get Obamacare, which like Obamacare was dope. Like I was paying no copays, $1 on meds. Obamacare was great. We were living good back then. Now, $50 to go to urgent care with company insurance. Company insurance.
You got to get back on Obamacare. See if he'll make him the next president again.
Well,
Actually, we're going to repeal it and replace it with something even better.
What is it?
We're going to rebuild something great, something really fantastic. We're going to take $1 trillion and rebuild all the fucking roads and bridges, okay? We're going to do this while doing extra money for the military, building a giant wall.
Mm-hmm.
And why we do all that, we're cutting taxes.
How? Where do we get this monies?
You're welcome. Just say that you're welcome and get on board. It's all happening. Did you watch the president last night?
I did, yeah.
I thought it was the best speech he ever gave. I don't know how he's going to do any of those things. Like you said, no one yelled out, how?
Yeah.
But you know what? Most of the thing, like we're going to stop violence. Yeah, I'm all for that. I'm stopping violence.
Sure.
I don't want any of that. Who's his fucking dude though that came out and said legal marijuana has started all the trouble? I forget. It's up on the iBank today. But you see him putting legal marijuana in the fucking scope. And I got no problem with that. It's just so I can hear people stop talking about marijuana. I'm like, that's my salad club. How much people will talk about nugs and all that kind of shit.
Dank nugs?
Yeah. You don't even seem to be a weed guy at all anymore, huh?
I've smoked like a little bit of weed since I started drinking again, but not like what I used to when I was just fucking.
You used to be
vaping
very interested in weed
all the time, yeah. And but when I started eating on the edibles, and it fucking fried my brain, I just had to be like, I gotta just chill the fuck out. And then since then, anytime I'd smoked weed, it like got me really fucked up to the point where it was like, I don't want to be this fucked up. It's really strange. And I used to like smoke a shitload of weed.
You think because it's stronger all the time?
That has to do with it, and that like people just smoke all the time now. I can't imagine fucking vaping all day long. I couldn't do it. It's not possible.
I know a lot of people who go to meetings now that smoke weed.
Really?
It's so easy to do. And there's this giant debate about whether it's a sober life or not. That I'm just like, I'm not telling anybody else what to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? I see all kinds of fucked up shit. I'm going to sit and fucking ride this fucking dude. You know what I mean?
But what Chris was saying, I think that sometimes something can change in your chemistry of the way you react to something. It's like, I think something maybe happened, Chris, that like there's a before and after. Like you smoked all the time and one day you were not able to handle it in the same way. Because I had that experience as well, where I was totally fine with weed. And then one day it was like, nope.
Well, it's the same thing with acid. Like once you go sideways once, you always think about that again,
Yeah.
Like almost like a phobic response.
So maybe it's more mental. But like once you have that bad experience, I've never really been able to try, like do it again and then have a good experience.
Well, I always think that the thing that sets off most people's panic attacks is I hope I don't have a panic attack. I don't want to have a panic attack. Panic attack. panic attack. I hope I don't have a panic attack. Panic attack. Panic attack. Hope I don't have a panic attack. Panic attack. Panic attack. Hope I don't have a panic attack. Panic attack. Hope I don't have a panic attack. Panic attack. Panic attack. All right, that's it. That's our little improv. We call it panic. All right, Ian Cassidy says, I go to Burger Joint almost every time I'm in the city. What's a good second choice? Well, do you know the amount of great burger places? PJ Clark's is a fantastic, and I'm talking about PJ Clark's on the east side, not that fucking fake dump on the west side. Danny Meyer's joints that are all over.
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack are famous to people.
Five Napkin.
J.G. Mellon is great burgers. East Side. Also, most importantly, I would say the best burger jukebox that I've ever been around. Just great songs on it. Very deep in the Van Morrison. Minetta Tavern is a very famous one.
Oh, yeah. That burger is fantastic.
So, Ian Cassidy, please, my friend, please, don't just go to one place every time. You don't have to go to a burger joint all the time. There's just nothing but good burgers. I find very little good pizza in Manhattan, and we got somebody stopping by a little later on today to talk about that.
That's Alexis Guerreros.
And who's he coming in with?
He's coming in with Chris Millhouse.
I know Chris, but I've never met. I think Alexis studies pizza as well as stand-up comedy. I feel like it's a valuable thing to the universe.
And I feel like those things could easily go hand in hand.
I had the worst pizza.
I feel like now it's just like the Lily Association. Now I just think you go get a slice, and then you go do a set.
Dude, how much money has that fucking place
I know.
made of Louis standing in the corner eating that slice? First of all, he makes it look delicious. Because I I'm not even sitting down. I'm in such a hurry here. Now, you wanted to talk about pizza, and we interrupt you.
Sorry.
The worst pizza I ever had was in the city, by the Flatiron. I remember it like it was fucking yesterday. It was terrible.
First of all, I'm not going to go to you on any food stuff
Trust me,
at all.
This isn't Sound
It doesn't
Club.
matter what you say about food. You just made a point today that you don't care about food. And I know for a fact you ate 99 slice every day for a year till we had to say, this is why you keep going to the hospital.
Two Bros. It's a great dollar pizza chain.
So again, I'm not going to ever talk pizza with you. And then Queen just put this. You fuck crazy strangers. That's true. I would never take advice
She has a great
from
point.
somebody who fucks crazy strangers.
She's got me. She got me there. You know how I'm on Tinder and I just swipe. It doesn't matter. Some girl super liked me, and she was 18, and she super liked me. So I wasn't and then the first thing she sends me is, let me bring it here. Hey, I'm get this out of the way. I'm 17, not 18. It's a legal age in New York, but if you're not okay with that, I'll peace out. No problem.
Let me say.
Oh my God, Chris.
She messaged me.
Okay, stop it. I'm not a cop. Holy shit, Chris. I think she's lying about this 17.
Yeah, that's what I think she's lying about. I'm going to unmatch her in a fucking minute, but.
No.
Yeah.
No.
She does say in her profile, though, she likes Tarantino and Kubrick.
Yeah, I like Tarantino and Kubrick at 14. That's not how we gauge.
Look, this is a fucking setup, dude. This is a fucking cop. First of all, she puts bad fish sublime. What little kid's gonna know that? She's 5 foot. Says she's passionate about music, mostly rock, and Tarantino and Kubrick.
No, I think she might be me at 14.
Right. She's trying to
Every description you just gave.
I think somebody reported you to the cops, and there's a sting operation now.
I hope not. Yeah, so I got on match.
They're never gonna catch Omar.
Why would
Omar dating.
Why would she super like you? I'm just saying, if she's a
Maybe
very
she's
young.
a Gleason fan.
She likes all this other cool stuff.
You only get one a day, so like that's.
Oh, you know what? Why we got you here, dude? Vito, I'm going to bring this up. Why did you put up the thing about people having camel toe panties?
Wait, what?
So over the weekend, I'm looking at stuff online, and this comes up. Women are buying panties now.
They are not.
No.
They have a little pad that gives the illusion of camel toe on
No,
them.
that doesn't. Is this
I'm
real?
sure that this exists, but women are not buying it.
We got one woman buying it
Yes,
right there.
one woman doesn't mean women are buying it. There's been edible underwear for years, and women don't fucking buy them.
I think this is going to catch on.
Yo, that is so ridiculous. I can't even believe it. I thought for years what we were trying to do is avoid the camel toe.
What this woman is trying to do is look like she has the ass in her fucking crotch, because that's gigantic.
It draws the eyes.
Because there is, like, butt pads.
By the way, it's not even in the USA. This is an Asia thing. Asia.
Because they're insecure that they don't have big enough pussies?
Yes.
That's
They're
a problem.
worried about their tiny little pussies. They're like, men aren't going to like me. I have this tiny little fucking shaved pussy. By the way, Amy Schumer, her new special, talks about her pussy a lot, but also calls it this. Her puss.
It's
something that the male comics do. I'm not used to the female comics saying the puss.
Well, when I talked with Rachel Feinstein, I noticed that she was saying the term puss as well.
Who's she best friends with?
Amy Schumer.
No more questions.
She was using the term back puss in reference to men who are oftentimes angry at women, and the issue is a back puss issue in which they were once wronged by a woman that they wanted to either sleep with or they were in a relationship with, never got over it, and it's the back puss that still fucks with them.
Yeah, the premise would be the guy that couldn't get laid in high school, even when he starts getting laid, is still furious about his early entry into the dating life.
Right.
And that keeps him misogynistic. Perhaps what he needs is a little Asian woman with a fake fucking camel toe.
It's right there.
You can go look this up on the iBank. I also want to bring up another story. Which one of you guys wrote about the Australian Kardashians?
I did.
All right, Chris, bring that one up.
All right, so this is like a group of like 4 sisters in Australia who are getting like a bunch of Instagram followers, and they're being called the Australian Kardashians, since they're a family of attractive women.
This is what I got to find out because I don't have it because it's been corrected. I don't even know why I brought this up. I'm stupid. I want to get the original thing that Chris wrote here. But anyway, Fez caught this where, let me see what he wrote here. All right, I'd need the actual thing.
I have the original copy if you'd like.
Yes, read me the original copy. Thank you.
These women are trying to become the Kardashians of Australia. A group of sisters in Australia who are picking up a lot of Instagram followers are being called the Kardashians of their country. Now all they have to do is marry one of the guys from Men Without Hats and make him go crazy, and they'll really have something going.
Now, why would you say Men Without Hats?
Is that the Australian band?
No.
Oh, shit.
You were looking for Men at Work.
Yes.
Men Without Hats is a Canadian band.
Fuck me.
No, fuck us. The person who caught this doesn't wish to lead a public life.
Oh, that big music fan?
Your constant mistakes still infuriate him.
I don't want to infuriate anyone. I want to be happy.
Well, why are you putting up stupid stuff? Why would you not know where a band was from or who they were before you reference them like these other Aussies are nuts?
I feel like I'm referentially dyslexic, where I can spell things.
Stupid.
She is right. That is, you actually just give the definition of dumb.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Like if you said that George Washington was the person who invented peanut butter, you're a fucking idiot. Lauren down the hall, unlike the other fucking mutts in this place, always gives a wave and a funny face when she passes by.
And she always gives a very spirited chat while we're in the restroom. Like, she's always excited to see you, checking up on your day. How's the show? This is what I'm up to. Goodbye.
There's a lot of stuff that she cares about, early 60s rock. Look, there's a bunch of, it looks like a young boy band. I don't recognize any of them. Jen, do you recognize any of them?
He's a Catholic.
I believe, like, the Power Rangers are here.
Ooh.
Was one of those a Power Ranger?
The new Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, how I love them. I didn't know there were new Power Rangers. The other night, Monroe Martin was explaining to me that he rewatched the first Power Ranger movie from the 90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't believes how much it sucks. He's like, I was so excited to watch it because I loved it so much. And he goes, it's stupid. And then he said, like Chris at the Salad Club, I listened to 20 minutes of plot fuck-ups on why a Power Ranger movie wasn't good.
Surprised they wouldn't be on top of that.
And I'm like, sometimes you just have to take that leap of faith with a movie, Monroe. You know what I mean? You have to just be there with the movie. Do half the work. Adorable. Monroe Martin, adorable.
I love him.
He's to be loved. Let me see what else is up here today. Oh, it's Jeff Sessions, by the way, who's coming after your legal weed, and I'm going to be glad when he does. I'm going to laugh my ass off because you guys had it so nice, and now you're fucking finding out the truth about the world.
Weed Club is over.
By the way, Liz Sets Fire says this. I love Ron's Wire references. I've been waiting for 10 years for them. I forget where I think I'm season 3, episode 5. I don't want you to
don't even
details
because I had the same thing.
I don't want to discuss any fucking art with him. Art or salad. I will not discuss with the fucking Men Without Hat over there. By the way, what you were thinking of is Dave had a band called Men Without Ears, which was a Men Without Hats fucking, parody title. They would have been good, but Dave was the lead singer. Yeah. So I'm season 3, episode 5. Episode 5.
But I had that exact negative experience with Chris because I have not watched Game of Thrones from the beginning. I caught up and I watched only the last season live. And Chris would just be like, has this part happened yet? Like,
I was careful.
Like, why would you say that sentence?
Because he loves that stuff.
It's just so annoying.
He loves that stuff. That's his thing. All right, here's my favorite thing. I don't know who sent this in. I think it was Gail. But a Brooklyn World Star fight breaks out. I think it has Headbutt in the title, Chris. But I do love, being a Delco guy, I do love a good headbutt. It annoys me when they go head to head. It's head to bridge of the nose, fight over. Because the head, top of the head, bridge of the nose, go get yourself a fucking beer and get the accolades from your friends. But you got to listen to the World Star cameraman because he's also doing play-by-play.
I was start smacking the shit out y'all. Yo, boy, chill out. You not tough. I think you act tough. I think you act tough. I think you act tough. I think.
Oh! And that was it.
Oh, headbutt him.
Did not knock him down, but stunned him enough. And
I got no tape. Yeah, I'm fucking him up. He's fucking you up, son. He's fucking him up. Oh yeah, I got it on him. Yeah, fuck him up. Yeah, fuck him up. Yeah, fuck him up and get him out of here. Fuck him up and get him out of here.
Now someone's coming to break it up.
Oh yeah, fuck him up. Yeah, fuck him up. Yeah, fuck him up. Nah. He was fucking with them. Yeah. He was fuck him up. Yo, son, leave him alone, but I'll knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Don't touch him.
He doesn't want anybody to ruin his World Star tape.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Yeah, call it. Yeah, slap that nigga. Slap that bitch nigga. Yeah, we out. Slap that nigga. Oh. Now throw him out. Throw him out. Throw him out. Throw that nigga out.
Oh my God.
But why? Have you ever seen a cameraman scream at somebody who came in to break up the fight and threaten them?
I'm getting good footage on this. First of all, that was not just a headbutt. That was like a flying headbutt.
It was a flying headbutt.
That guy came off the top rope with that thing.
I would call it an old school cocoa butt. I would go that fucking far with it. But the guy who was getting his World Star tape, he was so excited because he knew he had World Star. And then he saw a Good Samaritan try to break up the fight and threatened to knock him out. He acts like he's against violence and the guy deserves something. And then he's threatening to knock out the Good Samaritan. But when the guy took that headbutt, he was too stunned to fight, but he never really went down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He took a tremendous amount of fucking ass whip and still stayed on his pins.
Particularly when they're holding him by one guy's holding him by the collar while the other guy's just punching him.
It's
and
fucking
he's
great.
still up on his feet.
I like the little guy who gets into his boxing mode. And then that guy who threw some real fucking haymakers.
Yeah, knocked his hat off. Damn.
They take real direction from the cameraman, too.
Well, the excitement level, I mean, if you've ever been on a fucking dog pile, I mean, the excitement level is through the roof.
Dude, I love the guy who, so originally he was fucking with this kid, young guy with the apron, and then eventually that guy gets him on the ground, and then he's like, I'm in, I'm getting my licks.
Dog pile that bitch. Then the fucking pharmacist comes over the top. He starts choking him out. It's one of the real great. It's Brooklyn Deli Headbutt Beatdown, which is also the name of my new album, and it's coming out soon. A lot of it looks like hip hop stars, Power Rangers. What's happening today, Jen?
Ray Liotta was here earlier.
I saw
Yeah,
Ray.
we saw him
He
walk
looks
in
like
the
$1 million, by the way.
Yeah,
He did. He looked great.
Yeah.
His hair looked great.
He is starring in a movie that I'm writing called The Flathead Story, or it might be called Flathead Comes to Lauderdale, or The Prince of Lauderdale.
I like The Prince of Lauderdale.
Yeah. I also might be calling it Lock It Up. Another title I ran back called Party Package. And a third one just called Drunk Suit. Because here's what would happen. You would see Flat on a Friday night. He'd be wearing his fucking beautiful suit from selling high-end cars, and that suit remained for the next 48 to 56 hours because he didn't sleep, so there was no reason to change out of that suit.
No, why bother?
It's just the suit for the weekend.
Yes, the weekend suit. And then Monday morning, quick shower, new suit, starting that day. Still no sleep since you saw him on Friday.
Holy shit.
Chris, did you change that shirt?
Yes.
It's hard to tell because they're all so similar.
Yeah, they all
patterns.
look the same, and then they have the same amount of stains.
In fact, I think that is the same make of the shirt, which goes to show you how dirty that one was yesterday.
It's quite dirty.
It was only gray pixels.
By the way, come see us when we do Bobby Kelly's show next week, Creeps with Kids. What is that, on Monday night?
Yeah, Monday night, March 6th at the Village Underground. You can go to comedycellar.com for tickets.
And I'm going to be at the stand tonight, and we're going to be smoking cigars and scotch and appetizers. It's all part of one package. It's going to be a blast.
It's very sophisticated.
Thank you very much.
Classy.
All right, Chris, you wrote something called "And the Number One Best State Is."
The number one best state.
What is this based on?
Yeah, first tell us what it's based on, and then can we guess?
Yes. All right, so U.S. News ranked the best state measured by healthcare, education, economy, infrastructure, safety, and the integrity of the state government.
Very little of that would matter to me what state I lived in, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know whether I would give up beauty and good fucking food for any of those things.
Art and culture were not taken into account.
Yeah, then that's...
So you're asking me what state has the best local government and economy?
Yeah, and job opportunity and least crime. All taken together.
All right, let's just figure out this. Is it in the Northeast?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I'm going to guess Vermont.
No.
I am going to guess New Hampshire.
That's a good guess.
New Hampshire is number 2.
Maine.
It is not Maine.
Too cold.
Yeah, agreed. Too cold.
New York.
No.
Little Rhode Island. Con?
No.
Do you know what New England is?
Yes.
Is it in New England?
Yes, it's in New England.
What did we miss? Mass?
Massachusetts, correct.
Oh, Mass.
According to U.S. News, is the
First
best
of all,
state to live in.
Assholes have the best.
Here's the thing.
Unbelievable.
They've also been on an unbelievable sports run.
I know.
And that keeps everybody happy.
And now they get this, that just annoys me.
Well, that's why they get this. I'd be in a fucking great mood, too. If I had Belichick fucking keeping an eye on the fucking candy counter.
I wouldn't be committing crimes. I feel healthy. Like, this infrastructure is great.
No, I love Massachusetts. Every time I'm there, I have a good time. I love all of New England. I'm very, very peaceful in New England.
I've very rarely gone into New England, I'll be honest. I only think I've been there for a fish festival. That's about it.
Your problem is you don't drive.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
even like when you take a vacation somewhere, you're stuck, close to the airport hotel. He normally, every time he goes somewhere, he stays at the airport hotel.
Yeah.
He's like,
It's gorgeous.
and it's easy to get back.
Yeah, so close. Uber's changed my life.
Yeah, I don't use Uber anymore. Refuse.
Mm-hmm. CE is too mean.
What was that? I'm trying to think of like a really fucking weird place that I've ever been, like at a hotel in the middle of nowhere for a while. But what was the first Wes Anderson film?
Bottle Rocket.
All right, remember when they stayed at that fucking, it was just like a regular motel in the sticks and it was in the pool? One time I was doing this club and it was in the fucking middle of nowhere. And we're at this little hotel and there was a shitty fucking pool. But staying there for the same week was an all-girl rock band.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And like, I mean, the pool was filthy, but these chicks were laying around it every day in fucking bathing suits. And everybody just went out and hung out. And I was like, this is insane.
That already sounds like a weird movie.
But it was very fun. But the whole time I kept thinking to myself, this shouldn't be fun. And it's something that has nothing to do with life. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't about what life is. This is something like we've all ended up almost like in a Twilight Zone that's more fun than bad.
Weird experience.
Like, it didn't feel like it was moving anyone along in life. Like, this is not career goal motivated.
We're in some kind of purgatory.
But there is a lot of culture in Massachusetts. So your thing is crazy, Chris.
It's U.S. News.
And what's that mean? Like, there's like we're supposed to use that as a thing for something that's nuts?
In U.S. News and World Report, that's a trusted source of information.
So why did you say it that way? All right, let's take a break here, okay? Coming up a little later on, we're going to talk pizzas. Is that right, Chris?
Yes, we are, with Chris Millhouse and Alexis Guerreros.
All right, right back. Bennington. Oh, by the way, it is the Bennington Show. We are here in the Poconos, and I'm sorry, in my mind I was. We're here in New York City where it's March 1st, and it's coming in like a lamb and going to leave like an even hotter lamb.
I mean,
like a lamb chop.
Very well done lamb chop.
I used to be obsessed when I was a little kid in like lying out like a lamb. I thought, first of all, I was like, finally, the kind of metaphor I can understand.
Right.
But I didn't know why lions were cold and lambs were warm.
I think that was like, there's something, I had similar things where like little things I hung on to. Like for some reason I was really into the Monday's Child thing. And I was just like, I got to figure out what child I am. And as you know, I am a child of, I'm a Wednesday's child, obviously.
Monday's Child is
Fair of Face.
Uh-huh.
Tuesday's child is full of grace. Wednesday's child is full of woe. Thursday's child has far to go. Friday's child, I don't remember, and Saturday's child, I don't remember. But Sunday's child is like Bonnie, Blythe, and gay.
So Sunday is what you really want to be, right?
Yeah, you want to be Bonnie, Blythe, and gay. Or Monday, just be a total hottie from day one.
Why do they keep showing that the border fence looks like you could easily sneak through it if you were thin?
Seems easy to jump.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like such a beautiful wall to me.
You gotta patch up some of those holes in there.
I don't get it. Whatever. As long as we, make America great, I'll be happy. That's all I want to do is make America great.
Again.
Yeah.
Finally.
Making it great again. G-Man was upset because that list that Chris brought up had his home state of Louisiana as last.
Oh, that's
it's just so violent and there's no health care.
And very hurricaney.
Yeah. That's not going to fly with the U.S. News and Report.
All right, let's play this game. Everybody think of it. What state would be a nightmare for you to live in? All right, we're going to start with Jen. Jen, first thing that comes to mind.
Miami?
Miami's not a state, but...
I mean Florida.
Florida would be the worst for you. Chris?
I feel like a North Dakota, I wouldn't be able to deal. I feel like it'd be bad for me.
It's a rough state.
I'm going to go Idaho. Just like...
Really
I don't
beautiful.
know.
Much more beautiful than you know.
But I don't know what I can do there.
Yeah, you like potatoes, right?
I do. I do like potatoes.
You love skiing.
Yeah, okay.
You love white supremacy. They got that.
No.
Vito.
The Utah because of the Mormon thing.
Really, Utah's also...
The Utah, which I think is great. The Utah, I suppose.
Out of everyone, I'm going to agree with Chris that the North Dakota winter seems like brutal. There's also not a lot of there. I mean, South Dakota, gorgeous, one of my favorite places. But just a few miles north gets me a little nervous.
I feel like in North Dakota there's not so much cities as outposts.
No, it's not true.
You're just
we're not
making
at that point. But the winter does look fucking harsh,
And no public transportation. I feel like they don't even have that. I'm not taking the bus anywhere.
There's not fucking public transportation anywhere out past 5 miles of where you live.
That's
It's the
problem.
only place that you can live without a license.
Not even a commuter rail.
No. People drive cars. This is what keeps you in that fucking liberal bubble. You're like a dummy in a liberal bubble.
I'm a libtard. But yeah, North
Although
Dakota.
I did like the idea that Miami was a state. They all just cheered. Finally, we got our own statehood.
And they're just like, also, we're pretty
and
cool
you
here.
love Miami. Why did you say you couldn't live there?
No, I'm over it. I wouldn't want to.
Oh, please.
When I went to South Beach, I hated it. And then, it was fun with my friends, I guess, but I would not want to live there ever. Especially the crime in Miami, some parts of it. I didn't like it. I wouldn't want to
Liberty
live there.
City scared you?
A little bit.
I love it there. I love it there because I want to be in a place with a foreign language, but I still want to be in the United States. I don't want to give up my citizens' rights,
Right.
but I don't like knowing what everybody around me is saying.
Oh, it's nice just to hear the chatter.
Love it. One of my favorite things about New York is hearing people speak in languages that I don't know. It's just like hearing music rather than annoying people going on and on.
It's kind of soothing.
It is.
Too. It makes you feel like, I don't know, makes me feel like when you're really little and you don't, that sound of adults talking that made you so sleepy when you were a kid? Where you're like, the adults are telling us boring adult shit.
Oh, yeah, now I can sleep. Now I can sleep. Saturday, please listen to Philly Soul. GPS Philly Soul premieres on Deep Tracks Saturday, March 4th. I want us to look into a giveaway thing for that. Catherine O'Hara, Eugene Levy Unmasked airs this weekend. So we running that on Friday too?
We're running just on the weekend, just on Saturday at 3.
Why aren't we running it on Friday?
We can run on Friday as well.
Have we ever played it on our show?
Yes, we have.
Okay, that's why. That's what you would tell me.
Yes. That would be what I would tell you, isn't it?
And then he was immediately writing it down that we were going to do it.
This is going to be so awkward, but.
Tony in Chicago.
I think Mississippi would probably be the state I'd be scared of the most, Ron. You got alligators and mosquitoes, and you'd be living in a trailer next to a pond.
I don't think there is such a thing as an ugly state. I've been to Mississippi. I had people in Mississippi, so I was even there as a little kid before it was kind of gentrified. I've always found it to be gorgeous. Really a pretty place. And those Gulf beaches are stunningly beautiful and more open than any beaches you've ever been to.
Then I thought Mississippi initially, because it was just like a stereotype of something, but then immediately I was like, but I was there and it was really pretty. And
it's really gorgeous. The people have, I know that everybody thinks like that redneck thing, but in some ways I see white people and black people having more of a connection there than other places, mainly because they make about the same amount of money, and that's always very helpful. No, I'm only kidding. But it really is gorgeous. The Delta Blues is, heavy culture. I mean, I know less about Arkansas, and people get on that state. Stunningly beautiful state. Yeah. And when Vito brought up the Mormons in Utah, I never ran into a Mormon. I'm not saying I ever ran into one that was hip. I never have. But I never ran into a Mormon that was an asshole. They're like almost too nice.
Yeah, I've had some nice chats with Mormons. I don't have any have friends with, but the few conversations I've had with people who were Mormons, very lovely, very nice.
Oh, Chris, you will like this because we've always said that this is something that doesn't happen, and it did yesterday. So we're walking past Scientology. And I take a peek in, and a woman walks up to me on the street and goes, "Hey, would you like to come in? You interested?"
Really?
Yep, it was really weird.
Looks like they're trying to get anyone. They're trying to get people in.
I said I would love to come in. I don't know whether this bothers you, but I'm dating Leah Remedy right now. Is that a problem?
She's a suppressive person.
Yeah, but there were people in there, and they were immediately the second he looked in, they were like, "Oh, were you interested in coming in?" And we said no, and we ran away.
Rich, Michigan, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I was just going to say, I live in the middle of nowhere up here in Michigan, and New York would scare the hell out of me.
Well, there's a lot of New York that is closer to Michigan than it is New York City. You know what I mean? You get up past Utah, or you get up in the middle, and it is... Yeah, it's kind of a wide open country state.
Yeah, I mean, 99% of it is like mountain towns, farmland. Yeah.
Cool.
The only thing
if I ever get by the city, I'll be checking with you guys first to find out where to go.
Sure, you're always welcome. Now, do you ever go into Detroit?
Yeah, I've been to Detroit. Yep.
And that doesn't worry you?
Oh, it does a little, but. Yeah. I guess I'm just a little more used to it. So.
No, I can totally get it, man. I honestly love country living. I love country living more than suburban living is the thing that kind of weirds me out a little bit, only because I grew up there. And that whole thing of it doesn't matter where you are, you're in the suburbs. It's the same thing if you're outside of St. Louis than if you're outside of San Francisco. It's weird.
Yeah. Like the two extremes, I think, are cool to me. Like urban living and then really rural, really beautiful. I mean, even those kind of like, not suburban, but what would you call it? Like towns where they have like their own.
Small towns.
Yeah. Small town
Love
vibe.
it.
Yeah.
Love a small town. And, because, you can run into some great places to eat, local places, and you get to meet people without. And then you can just drive 5 minutes out of it, Mm-hmm. You're all by yourself in the world. It's like when you're in that place that all looks like US 19 in fucking Florida. You know what I mean? Just, it's an Arby's. It's a fucking,
Oh, it's good. They have a Panera Bread, so that's great.
It starts to drive you a little insane. And all those things are comfortable, but I don't know if any of them are good for you to live.
Right.
And I have lived suburban plenty of times. I've lived on the beach. Never lived in a mountain town. Would love to live in a mountain town.
Yeah, so like some of those towns up in the Catskills and Adirondacks in New York are just like my favorite places to be.
And the Rockies the same way. Anytime, I've never been in a bad mood when I'm in the Rockies. No, I didn't have to spend, winter there or be cut off from anything. So, every place has its downside. Every place has its upside. Chris, you've never lived outside of Queens other than your short college career before you were busted for mushrooms.
That was about a year. That was about under 2 years.
Do you have a dream thing that for you?
Living in a beach town seems pretty fucking fun.
Here's the sad thing for that. Feel like you missed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like the kind of beach town in your dreams is gone because a lot of seasonal people have moved in and taken over.
Like Lost Boys beach town is someplace I want to fucking live.
Well, Santa Carla doesn't exist,
right?
But
and it's filled with fucking vampires.
Go to Coney Island. That's what you're describing. Coney Island. I think it's interesting too. You chose beach town because you don't swim and you burn very easily.
It still seems relaxing.
Well, you want to be in there as another person. No, beach towns. That's what I'm saying. Like relaxing beach towns are gone. Other than in the off tourist times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Wildwood is empty until the summer where it's overly filled. And all those places are that way. And, rich people moving down there and just buying up things that used to be just like regular people live there. Ben in Kentucky. Ben.
Hello?
Yeah, we got you, buddy.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I tell you what, I never want to go back to Michigan for the rest of my life.
Why?
Well, I went there for a funeral. I have family there, and I made it my goal after spending about half the day. I was like, all right, I want to find one attractive girl in this entire state. And it took me 7 days, and I failed.
Dude, you never went to the University of Michigan? I mean, they are considered some of the most attractive, smartest people ever.
They make lists.
Yeah.
Do they bust them in, though?
Why are you being that way? Why are you the one running down females?
I mean, that's me. I don't like this feminist PC culture.
That's true.
It's like the pussification of America.
Just puss up, I guess, now. Women are just saying puss. Ray, what's up?
Yeah, I live in a small mountain town in Colorado.
Yeah.
It's everything that you would dream of. However, the winters are brutal. Like, you have to just accept that you're going to be shoveling, 6 days a week. And then we get triple digit winds at least 2 weeks out of the winter.
Wow.
Yeah. A hurricane is defined as 75 knot winds, and we get way more than any hurricane because everything in Florida is built like a shanty shack.
Right.
They can't handle their hurricanes because they build their, people are living in,
plastic.
Tin roof shit shacks.
Tin roof rusted. Right.
Yeah.
But so it's a brutal winter, huh? Brutal.
Yeah, but if you get out and you do the, you get out there and you do the snowboarding and the Nordic skiing and stuff, and you make the best of it, it's really good because, and plus Colorado is just you guys were talking about the best states in the country. Colorado is it. I've lived all over. This place is.
Yeah, I've never been to Colorado and not enjoyed myself, and it's weird with the extremes with the mega churches and the legal weed, and it's a lot of different type of people.
Well, what I really like there is you have the rural type people who are kind of harder like that, and then but it's also hippy dippy.
Yeah, man, it's where Northern California went after the 60s.
Yeah,
you know why Colorado works is because we have a 50-50 shot of crazy right wing, crazy left wing.
Yeah,
and that's why it works. We haven't tipped the scale so far into one direction or the other at this point. And that I honestly believe that. I lived in Massachusetts. I've lived in a bunch of different places.
I remember. I think the first town I went to in Colorado was Boulder, and I was immediately in love with it. You know what I mean? Because it was cool culture, good food, and like you said, real like old Western people next to hippies and young fucking sublime heads, and you know what I mean? It was just a really great vibe, and I love that old Western brick architecture that was like a crazy bank or a factory, you know, and now is like a restaurant.
And I like a place that it's like a college town where you're getting the benefits of the art and culture that comes through as well.
Right. They always say that a college town, it's the smartest place to retire because you get a lot of near free culture. Like you can go see Fran Lebowitz for free, you know? I don't know. It's something to think about. Like, I don't know if anyone has ever like made up a standard of like where would be the greatest place to actually live your life on a daily basis, because everyone disagrees on what's important. You know? I definitely want food and culture as part of it. Some people that doesn't matter to at all, you know? And even if I don't want to be around that culture all the time, I like knowing that it's there. I also like any place that picks something weird to celebrate. You know what I mean?
Like they have their own.
Like somebody says, we're the garlic capital of the world, we're the turnip capital, and there's going to be a parade. You know what I mean? Like something that makes you like way unique.
Yeah.
You know, like this is our strange thing.
Small town festivities are great.
The only parades I'll ever want to go to are the ones that are barely there, and there's elementary kids that are forced to submit to this weird thing that they're proud of.
You're going to Green Bean Fest, aren't you?
I'll be there. Wouldn't miss it. Love eating all the different kinds of green beans. Here is Brian. Brian, what's up?
Hey, Ronnie B. How you doing, buddy? Wyoming, by far the worst state. I'm a long-haul trucker. I've been to 49 out of the 50 states in the country. I mean, those Midwestern states are bad, but Wyoming. It's a good thing to do in Wyoming. Leave.
What is it you dislike most about Wyoming?
There's nothing there. There's like two towns, Casper and Gillette, and then it's just nothing. They don't even have trees. It's desolate. Got nothing to do.
I find it to be like, I remember the first time when I was a kid and I went into Wyoming, me and a buddy were taking a car across the country. We pulled over because it was so beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't spend any time, like extended time in Wyoming, but we drove through Wyoming when we were going up to South Dakota.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I
Yellowstone is in Wyoming.
And I just remember how stunning it was. Just like the way, the sky and the I thought it was gorgeous.
I remember me and this buddy of mine, I'm like 17 years old. We pull into this place, I guess it was Cheyenne. It was called Cowboy Days. It was a big rodeo place. And we're pulling into town. And we're just like seeing fucking, you know, we didn't know what Cowboy Days is, seeing a rodeo. And we saw like a cowboy throwing up in the middle of the street. We're like, dude, we are fucking pulling over now. This looks like our fucking town. And we had a blast there. Hey, Mike, what's up?
What's up there, Ron? First time, long time.
Okay, buddy.
The guy called in earlier about Miami is a bunch of shanty shacks. I don't know where the hell this guy's coming from.
Well, I think he was talking about the architecture not being able to handle hurricane winds. But, I mean, I've been down there. Nothing could handle a hurricane wind. I did not know that Colorado had what he's saying, 3-figure wind in the winter. That just seems... I mean, it's just something. I don't even think I've ever been anywhere near 100-degree wind in my life. There's all kinds of places in Florida.
But they do isn't the way that most structures built in Florida, like they can't go too deep because of the...
And they can't go too high.
Yeah. So...
But you're talking about just homes.
Yeah, but isn't it just like less solid structures than, say, New York City, where you're on a granite island? Don't you have less solid structures?
It's a great point. I don't know. I couldn't tell you that answer. I mean, anything that gets into you have to have an education for it. I'm completely lost. Here's Matt. Matt, what do you got, buddy?
Hey, Ronnie, you pretty much described the keys when you said you were looking for a place you want to be. It's got everything you said.
Well, here's the problem. I was in the Keys before it changed so much. So my keys don't exist anymore. You know what I mean?
You're right.
At that time in the Florida Keys, I felt like was magic. You know, before the cruise ships started showing up, before there were, you know, stores that you could find anywhere.
Like resorts down there too now? Like giant hotels?
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely like that, you know. And it used to be this place for people who dropped out. I mean, it was seriously more of an island off the coast of Florida than anything else. And I got my own thing of missing that, but people get that with New York City or, you know, everybody always misses, like, whatever their part of something that they fell in love with. I'm sure people in Colorado feel the same way.
Yeah.
When you go out and go, oh, this is beautiful, they're like, you should have been here in fucking 75, dude. It was unbelievable. Like, I know, like, the Eagles were talking about going and they recorded and wrote their stuff in the early 70s in Colorado. And they acted like it was rustic. You know, like they were pumping their own water and shit. When Hunter Thompson went into Vail, it was like a rustic town. And then, you know, it became this international ski city. So everything changes. I look at the Keys now and it only like, oh man, kind of fucking breaks me a little bit.
Yeah. Back when there was like, they were like, we don't recognize time here. We do things a little different down here.
People used to fucking nap in the afternoon.
It's great.
Here is Steve. What's up, buddy? Steve, lost you?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, I didn't hear it beep. No, I think a lot of it has to do with like where people are saying, you know, Wyoming, there's nothing there, and you mentioned Arkansas being beautiful, but much of it is kind of rough. I mean, like, you know, huge sections of the state. So it depends on where you're going. I live in Alabama. We get a horrible rap, but Birmingham's a cool little city, you know. But there's plenty of places within Alabama I won't go.
Right.
You know?
No, it's also very true. Every city has something beautiful and something ugly, but there's beauty in every state in America. But it's always funny where people, like, they run down Jersey, right? But Jersey has mountains, farmland, beach, and industry. Yeah. But people just pay attention to the fucking one part of the road that smells.
Oh, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
This is what your life is like?
Here is, I don't have a name, but I'm just going to hit it anyway. Hi, you're on Bennington Show.
Hey, it's Dutch in Connecticut. How you living?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, you know, you just hit on it. Like you talked about, you know, even New York being different.
Yeah.
I lived in the West Village in the late 80s and early 90s when it was still a meatpacking district, and all you had there were transvestite hookers and literally guys who were slaughtering, like, meat, like, on the street.
There would be blood in the street.
Yeah.
Literally. I would come home at night from work and walk down the street, and in between, like, stepping around puddles of blood, with getting hit on, you know, and these were not glamorous transvestite hookers. These were 6'2" guys, you know, black guys who would throw on a wig and some lipstick. And the funny thing was, it was your neighborhood. You knew these guys. You saw them every night. And it got to the point you come home and be like, hey, Dutch, how are you? You know, and they'd ask you, like, you know, what do you think? Does this dress make me look like a tart? I'm like, no. Why would a 6'4" black guy in a tight red dress with a wig look like a tart? You look great, you know?
So what are you saying? Better then?
Oh, absolutely. Now it's like Disneyland down there.
And yet
it's not the same. It loses the character and heart that comes with it, you know?
I would agree with you 100%. But when you were loving New York then, somebody was saying to you, dude, you missed it. This used to be a place of jazz and blues, and writers would be, you know, reading their work. There's always, you know, nostalgia. Who would have ever thought people would be nostalgic for 1970s New York, 1980s New York? But a lot of it, I think it was what we get nostalgic about is our own youth. You know what I mean? Yeah. We were the ones making the best out of anything at that age. And then you're like, well, what happened? It used to be so much better. You know?
Like, nobody says to young people, like, you guys have it great now and it's cool and you have all this stuff. We didn't have anything cool. It's always like, your life is shit now. We had it great.
Look, you know, when I bring up, like, the games I played when I was a kid, was fucking hide and seek and kick the can and all that shit. The reason why we did that is because we didn't have a fucking smartphone to sit and search the internet. We would have done it.
Right.
We would have said, why are we sitting out here with mosquitoes fucking around?
But I think a lot of people think, like, oh, we did that because we valued those things more. But
we had fun with it because we were young and that was the fucking thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, you'll fucking find a way to have fun. I don't know whether, you know, I had talked to somebody about this, and they said that there's a certain age, like, you don't want new after that. It's like in the early 30s somewhere. Like, you're not going to be into the new music, the new technology. But I'm always curious about that because people like new movies all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true. Like, what is it about music specifically versus watching movies and TV shows where you're like, I can't adapt to this? Like, why are people set in their ways with music?
Let's go to Carrie. Carrie, you're on the air.
Hey, Ronnie B.
Yeah.
I heard that the other caller talk about Wyoming, and I agree with you. Wyoming and that whole kind of area, even getting into Idaho, just pure magistry in terms of the landscape. You have to pull over and look at that. So I totally disagree. Teton Mountain.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I'm going to give him this. He has gone to 49 states, driven through them all.
Seen him.
Fucking hates Wyoming. I can't take that away.
I mean, he knows better than me for sure,
Yes.
but
Really pissed.
He's got a fucking hard-on from Wyoming. Now, is there a state for you? There's like a couple states for me that seem duller, but maybe because of the time that I was there or who I was with. Like Nebraska seems like it would be a tough place for me to, you know, if you're not a farmer or something, I don't know how you get used to that lifestyle.
Right. That's kind of how I brought up Idaho, is that I'm just like, I don't know what I'd be doing there.
Just put Idaho so she can see some of the beauty of this fucking place.
No, I'm sure it's beautiful.
No, I don't think you are.
I am
I don't think
sure.
you understand beauty. Look at this. Look at that. You got a nice lake there. There's some trees. Look.
Oh, yeah.
You dive in there. You dive in that
does
lake.
look pretty fresh. Oh, my God.
It's stunning, right?
What? Is that real?
You love
That's
this, don't you?
amazing. Chris,
Look
that's
at
so
that.
creepy.
Look at those
You
falls.
like that?
You like falls, right?
Yeah. I do like falls.
Look,
Is there any fucking people?
I
No,
love
not at all.
Idaho. Not one human person.
So there's a nice city. There's an area there.
Right, that's Oz.
No.
There's a lake. This
You
lake's
just went
pretty.
to
Okay,
Oz.
this is pretty. All right,
mountain.
fine.
Look at this mountain, though.
I'm out. Idaho's number one now for me.
Oh, gorgeous.
That is
Eric,
really pretty.
what's up?
What the fuck?
Eric. We lose you, buddy?
Hey, Bennington.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
I'm here. Got me?
Yeah.
Hey, Bennington. So I live in Colorado. I spend a lot of time in Wyoming and Nebraska as a truck driver. Wyoming has three parts to it. Anything west of, say, Laramie or the Sherman Ridge area, you get into the beautiful
Laramie is
scenic
where I was.
country. Yeah, you get into beautiful scenic country. The southeastern part of the state, it can be very bleak, very desolate, nothing around. Triple-digit winds this time of year, not uncommon. The northern part of the state, Gillette and Sheridan area, that's almost kind of a southern Montana or western South Dakota. I mean, it's all the same. But one of the problems we're running into in Colorado is all the people moving here from California. You brought up Boulder before. The average house price in Boulder is $980,000. When my parents and I moved to Colorado in 1979, the average house price in Boulder was $120,000.
Wow.
And it's all, you know, the people moving there. And then you get up in the mountains and, you know, and the prices get ridiculous. Vail, Aspen area. And like that previous guy said about the winds, a couple of weeks ago, we had 3 days straight 100-plus mile-an-hour winds along the Front Range.
I'd hang myself.
From pretty much from border to border.
See,
Yeah.
you know, Californians have fucked up a lot of places. Like, when you go places, like when you go to Oregon or Washington, down in New Mexico, they're all bummed out by Californians. Same with people from New York City moving up into Vermont and shit.
Yeah.
Like, they're bringing a whole different vibe. I mean, it's exactly what Trump says about Mexicans, except for people from New York always bring money with them.
Right.
You know, and they come in, they're like, look, I got $3 million. What can I buy with it? Everything? Good. That's when we got that.
But I love also New Yorkers have an ability to be like, I'm getting out of New York. I'm tired of this crap. I want somewhere beautiful. And then they go to the place and they're like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. It needs to change a little bit, more like New York.
There should be a 24-hour place. It's so weird. Like, you can be in the most desolate places in New England, and people go, really? Because I lived on 72nd Street for 10 years. I had to get out of there. Because I stabbed somebody. So I came up here and I'm on the run.
But now I run this beautiful bed and breakfast.
It's a bed and breakfast, so I'm going to keep annoying you. You guys sleeping? Hey, get up. I just finished this pie. I thought I'd wake you up tomorrow morning. I'm going to talk very Jewy to you for the next 2 hours.
Do I have to stay here and listen?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
All right, here's like a little bit of comedy news / spy report.
Spy report.
Thank you, honey. Thank you, honey. Bobby Moynihan has been cast in a CBS pilot. Inquiring minds want to know, does this mean that he's leaving SNL?
I feel like it must then, right? Because
if he gets it, sure.
Yeah, if he gets the pilot.
But Bobby is, what he's done with that show has been great for him. And I'm going to watch anything that he's in forever. Except for cartoons. I don't know.
I
don't know what they are.
Just his voice,
you draw the line. But that's not personal. That's just cartoons for you.
To me, the best cartoon out right now is Flintstones. Still hasn't been beat.
So really good.
Yeah. Barney! He's fucking yelling at Barney, giving him shit. Wilma.
Yeah. The pterodactyls doing some stuff.
Did you ever see the one where Betty got brain cancer and Barney had to operate on himself using just a bird?
That must have been a very special episode that I missed.
Yeah. She's gone, Vaughn.
Sad.
Really heartbreaking.
What a fucking little cuck Barney was anyway, just taking shit from Fred all day. All right, Eddie Trunk stops by, and he always does this. And he's like, Hard Rock Johnny told me that you want to do my show. But he goes, just come in anytime you want. I would never do that with somebody's show.
Yeah, that seems, what if he has a guest or something? You're just going to waltz in?
I don't want to go in there and take any time away from Florentine. He's also doing his show more out of his house. Maybe that's what I should be doing. So I can do my show in my pajamas.
I would love that.
Like, remember Jenny Hutt used to work here?
Yeah.
I think she still works for the fucking company. She just never comes in.
Yeah, she pops in here and there sometimes.
Like once every 3 months.
Yeah, but she's mostly working from home. She's got a home studio.
A home studio right now is not even a studio. You're just at your fucking breakfast nook with this little thing. Hi, everybody. You're listening to me from my breakfast nook. My brother's new show, Billions, is back on. I don't know if Billions is back yet.
It is.
What are they, season 2?
Season 2.
I can only last one season with anything.
They premiered last weekend or the weekend before.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Because every time I bring it up, it hurts fucking Dan Soder's feelings.
Yeah. Plus you have the Wire,
What's that?
Plus you have the Wire.
So you're stepping on my bit to bring up the Wire once again. You want to read something to us?
Oh, no.
What is it? What do you got there?
I just have a plug for our guests when they arrive.
Have they arrived?
They've signed in, but they're not upstairs yet.
Well, why don't we break, get the spots out of the way, and bring our guests in.
That's Chris Millhouse and Alexis Guerreros. Chris is headlining Caroline's Comedy Club Tuesday, April 4th. Alexis will be opening for him. Go to carolines.com for tickets. And Chris will be appearing on Gotham Comedy Live March 9th and Alexis' podcast The Cooligans is available at soccercooligans.com.
Oh, so they're like cool hooligans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hooligans.
Love that. Right back, Bennington.
Welcome back to Bennington.
Thanks.
Chris Millhouse and Alexis Guerreros are in studio. Chris Millhouse is headlining Caroline's Comedy Club Tuesday, April 4th. Alexis will be opening for him. Go to carolines.com for tickets. And Chris will be appearing on Gotham Comedy Live on Access TV Thursday, March 9th. And Alex's comedic soccer channel, The Cooligans, is available at soccercooligans.com.
What did you call it? A comedic soccer channel?
Comedic soccer channel.
Okay. The Cooligans
and
are
here it comes.
Cool hooligans.
It's like hooligans, but we
Right.
don't fight. You know, we're comedians.
Right.
Christian, who's on the couch, he's the other host. We like to have fun, and no one does that in soccer.
What team do you follow?
Internationally, I'm an Arsenal fan, and for MLS, I'm an NYCFC fan, which is the team that plays at Yankee Stadium.
Now, Gail, you're a fan of Phil.
Well, I like the, who's the one that my brother, I go to see them.
It's always
who's the one?
It's like my brother's really, the Cosmos is the one my brother goes to see. So I always go to the, oh, jeez.
Well, he's indie. He doesn't like that league.
Yeah, he's the lower league, and 3 people show up at Hofstra University.
Yes, he loves that for that reason for it, because it's not attempting.
But they're going to be playing in Coney Island, I think.
MCU Park, yeah. A baseball field, which is where the Yankees, it's where NYCFC plays as well.
Now, but it's good to see you guys together. But also, Crystal, you're the pizza. You know pizza better than anybody in New York City.
I would agree that I know a lot about pizza. I don't know if I'm the best, but I like to think so.
Oh, he's modest.
Yeah. Is he modest?
This guy can tell me the most ridiculous facts that I didn't care to know about pizza.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, just tell me which one's good. I mean, come on, get to the good stuff. Let's go.
I may be annoying to go to a pizza place with, but also it's, I care a lot about pizza. I do pizza tours now.
Right.
That's how I got the job. I went on one because my buddy's wife is lactose intolerant. I knew so much about pizza, the guy offered me a job at the end of the tour. I was like, yeah, all right, I don't do anything during the day, so.
Well, most of us would agree that Manhattan pizza has fallen off quite a bit, and a lot of has been pushed out in the other boroughs and even Long Island and New Jersey. Would you agree with that?
I wouldn't say Long Island and New Jersey just yet, but there are some great. Brooklyn is pretty much taken over for where you want to go sort of highlight, but some of the original and great places. In fact, I would say my top 3 favorite are still in Manhattan.
Okay, give me your top. I don't want to take us off here, but this is too important to me.
Let's all go after the show. Yeah, we can.
All right, what are your top 3? Let's start at 3.
I'll give you my favorite slice.
Okay.
Right, my favorite slice, and this is a place that only sells by slice. You could buy pie if you want, but New York Pizza Suprema on 31st and 8th, diagonally across from Madison Square Garden.
Right.
It was there before Madison Square Garden. It's beautiful. It's perfect crust, perfectly well risen, has a ton of flavor, cooked sauce, 70% low moisture mozzarella, 30% pecorino romano on top. It's absolutely amazing.
Right.
My favorite whole pie would be Sam's on Court Street in Cobble Hill.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing. It's the perfect whole pie. If he sold by slice, it would be my favorite everything in New York.
Okay.
You can't sell by slice. The oven's too hot. It has nothing to do with the mob. I don't know why people think that.
Right.
People think that places don't sell by the slice because the mob has nothing to do with that. They want to sell by the slice because that's cash. That's how you launder money. So, his oven's too hot. So boom.
Yeah.
Perfect slice. And by the way, sauce on top of cheese, which freaks people out, but it all blends into one in the oven. My favorite, wood-fired would probably be Don Antonio's, which is on 50th and 8th in Midtown, which no one ever goes there, but they have a couple different locations, and that one has a deep fryer. And what they do is they take like a 00 flour dough, they stretch it out, and they flash fry it real quick, and then finish it in a wood-fired oven. Jeez, it's ridiculous.
Now, we're always complaining. Here's a place at 50th and 8th.
I know.
We can walk over a block, get it. This is why I need experts in my life. I'm going to tell you the
This is why I'm here.
I feel like he's going to get a barrage of emails now. Like, tell me those places again. What?
My Twitter's blowing up right now.
But I will tell you right now, I think Connecticut has some of the best.
Yeah, New Haven's
great.
New Haven's
Pepe's
great. Pepe's Sally's, which either has just closed or may close soon.
Yeah.
That's where I grew up, is Connecticut. So
is that right?
I grew up with Pepe's.
Well, I honestly think Connecticut there's some really great pizza places, some really great hot dog places, great donut places. They're a real comfort food capital, yet they don't push that at all.
No,
and they're advertising.
It's so hard to get there. Like, you know, getting to Connecticut, if you leave 5 minutes later than you wanted to, you're an extra hour in traffic.
Yeah.
Most New Yorkers don't have cars, so we kind of
nobody from New York is going to Connecticut unless they're doing something very specific.
Yeah, you want to get pizza.
Yeah, that's it.
I would do a weekend of like hitting really great hot dog places, really great pizza places. I've done it before.
Rhode Island has some amazing hot dogs. They're called like New York Steam Company or something like that. They're incredible. It's they line them up on their arm and they cover them in like almost like it's like picadillo. I'm Cuban, so it's like a meat cooked in his own jus.
Yeah,
and then like raw onions on top. It's ridiculous.
So Cuban sandwiches.
Yeah,
in New York.
There's only like 2 good ones. One of them is really far out in Queens. Yeah. The other one is in Times Square. So most people don't know this. Yeah, in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, there used to be Cuban like lunch spots all over Midtown, and they're gone now. There's one that's left. It's called Margon, M-A-R-G-O-N, famous for that Jets fans fighting video that came out like 2 years ago.
Right.
They still have a really good Cuban sandwich. Probably the best you're going to find in Manhattan. Cubans just didn't come to New York. They all went to, they went to like Teaneck and shit and like Union City.
But I did, Ron Diaz, my old partner in Florida, they lived in Manhattan first, then they moved upstate, then they went back to Florida. And his father always has run restaurants, always a great Cuban sandwich, black beans and all that, the real stuff. So it was really fucking interesting to me that you said that Cubans used to be in Midtown. Because it's true, he grew up in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I had a really great Cuban sandwich at this place, Pilar, in it's like in Clinton Hill. But that is the closest I've ever experienced since,
like a Miami
since
place?
I moved. Since we moved from Miami,
I was like,
you're
a Miami person? Yeah,
yeah, we lived there for a little while. Yeah.
It's the same thing as trying to get good pizza in Miami. There's some okay slice.
Right.
It's like if you want a Cuban sandwich, you got to go to Southern Florida. It's where it was invented. People think it was invented in Cuba. It was invented in Tampa. You know?
Yes. I feel like we just came up with a great television show for him. Like the history of food.
I agree, man. I could listen to that kind of stuff forever. Yeah.
We could talk about food. We could talk about history.
Yeah.
You can do it on multiple networks.
I'm doing it.
Yeah. Because for some reason,
let's all eat
the Food Network now thinks whatever is the largest thing is the best thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, look at the size of this.
Yeah.
It's 6 pounds. Let's see if I can eat it.
This sandwich is bigger than Millhouse.
It's like
Let's go.
Instagram. It's because of
Eat it.
Instagram. People are like, I want a fucking milkshake with half a candy store on the outside of it. Why?
Yeah.
I asked someone.
I was in this fight with my guy today. This exact fight. He wants me to take him to some stupid place, and I'm going for
Is
burgers.
It Black Tap?
Yes.
It's garbage burgers, man.
Dude,
what are you, a 12-year-old Asian girl?
Literally what we were talking about.
Out of here. This is the dumbest thing. Don't go. It's a 2-hour wait in line. Are you going to go to a burger joint with a velvet rope on the outside? What is this, Vegas? Get out of here.
God, can you tell he's passionate?
Yes, you should be passionate.
This guy, he grabbed the earphones. I thought I was going to say something. Now I feel like I'm just beating him up through a glass.
What were we going to say?
You're going to get thrown out in a minute.
I didn't know anything other than the BuzzFeed articles I saw.
The BuzzFeed articles. That's enough.
Jesus.
That's enough right there.
The list of
Listen to a fat guy instead of BuzzFeed, all right?
Alexis Guerreros and Chris Millhouse are in studio. Chris is headlining Caroline's Comedy Club Tuesday, April 4th. Alexis is opening. Chris will also be appearing on Gotham Comedy Live on Access TV Thursday, March 9th. And Alexis's comedic soccer channel, The Cooligans, is available at soccercooligans.com on Twitter. It's at Chris Millhouse and at Not Alexis.
Chris, Caroline's.
Yeah.
What's happened there?
Headlining on Tuesday the 4th. I got Alexis opening up for me. Aaron Berg, who was here, I think, yesterday.
Yes, he was.
Berg's going to host for me, so it'll be a nice little show.
Well, he'll go through the room pretty quick.
Yeah, right?
Hey, fuckface, who's jizz bucket? Who's asshole?
Who wants to choke on a dick? Come here.
Verzi was here yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Did he do his Aaron Berg impression?
No, I'm furious not to hear it.
It's him and I do it in the back of the room because he'll just go through the audience and he'll be like, look at this bitch. I bet you she loves cock. All right, look at Ice's face. All right, your next comic coming up. We never go up there. Now we're up there like, wait, what? What did should I apologize to everyone?
But how's that happen that you do a one-nighter there?
Yeah, just doing a one-nighter. I mean, they reached out and I was like, all right, let's do it.
Sweet.
Like, yeah, I'm excited to do that.
Sweet. Where's your home club? You're a Gotham guy, right? You do a Gotham show?
I run a Tuesday night show called Comedy Juice. It's every Tuesday night at 9:30 at Gotham. It's great. I mean, Alexis has done it before. We're trying to get you.
I will
you're so
some
busy.
night.
Yeah.
I am very, very busy.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, it's one of the hottest shows in the city. You got to try it.
Great. Yeah, we pack it out consistently. It's always a hot crowd.
And then you're doing their TV show.
Yeah, I did. I actually filmed it last September, and it's finally airing next week. They used to do it live.
I was
now
just going to say, isn't it called live?
No, yeah, they used to do it live.
Yeah.
They tape it technically live. There's no like cuts or edits or anything, but
we refuse to edit. Is what they said.
It used to air straight up live, like when you could turn on TV and you could see it.
I
Like
think I was the last one to do it live. I think my show was the last
All
live
right,
one.
Mr. Braggs Watch.
I'm just saying. No, it was like there was a lot of anticipation, you know, and now it's like, oh, they're going to put it on in 4 months after you do it.
Yeah, no.
Do they still do the celebrities hosting?
Yeah.
Because I think that's like the funniest part of it all. Like, how can this celebrity now come up and host all night?
Yeah.
Anderson did it once.
Yeah, Pam Anderson was the big buzz.
Well, I had a comedian that was on mine. It's Pete Davidson from SNL. Like, he was my host for...
That's cheating.
Because I'm buds with him. And
Yeah,
I was like, you know.
I don't want to see Pete Davidson. I want to see somebody who's never done it before.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they said they didn't have enough time to promote the hosts. So that's why they decided to tape them now and then air them later.
Do they do one of the things where they do it all like in 2 or 3 weeks and then it airs throughout the season, or how do they do it?
They do it within like 2 months, I think.
Yeah.
It is,
I think they still do every Wednesday. They do a show every
I don't think they're
Wednesday.
filming right now, but they were for a while
they
last
do it
year.
for a few Wednesdays and then that's it.
Yeah, it was like Wednesday, Thursday.
But that's not been a long-running show that they've had there now, right?
Yeah, I mean, they got a good thing going over there. It's a real easy show to film. Should be interesting to see when I had a girlfriend at the time and I talked about her on what it is to be in a relationship with her on the taping, and now we've broken up since like December. So like now I get to see this all over again. Like, great. This ought to be fun.
What happened with you two?
Well, Ron, I've been a mess ever since. Can you hold me? Is there any tissues?
Was it her idea or yours?
Mine.
Really?
Yeah. Just wasn't working, buddy. You know,
Wow.
sometimes you gotta face facts when they're not working. They're not working.
Now what are you doing? You're a Tinder guy?
Yeah, you know, trying. I don't know.
Chris is a Tinder guy and was with an insane person.
Like literally a crazy person.
And had sex with her for 45 minutes and then she left. But I think that's the kind of shit that could come back and kill you.
Like, it's possible, but she only has my name, my first name and my phone number. I didn't tell her what I did for a living or anything else. And then she's back in Brooklyn somewhere. And so I made this chick on Tinder, and she didn't have a profile. It was just pictures. So I thought maybe it's a fucking robot. It wasn't a robot. Turns out it was just like a 20-year-old Turkish.
Maybe it was. Maybe you fucked a robot.
We are living in the future.
That's why she left. The batteries were dying. Also, what'd you do for 45 minutes? I've been married for 10 years. If I had sex for 45 minutes, that's a cumulative for the month. That's insane.
That gets you a trophy.
Yeah.
Your wife will just buy you one.
My wife would be like, who the fuck else have you been fucking?
You've been working out? What's happening?
I think when you're like, it's a one night stand, you act like you could go 45 minutes. So you can seem like you're a better person than you are.
Well, it was and it was like multiple times too. And like she kept doing drugs while she was in the room.
What drugs?
She was cutting out lines of Adderall for us, which I was also starting.
Did you see how you said it was her doing the drugs, and then you said us, and your eyes were like, shit.
This is prefaced by you saying she is a crazy person,
right?
But you were insane as well.
Oh, I felt fucking crazy. Like for the first 20 minutes, I was like looking like, A, is this really happening? Because I thought she was just going to have her fucking boyfriend knock on the door and beat the shit out of me and fucking rob me. Turns out it wasn't. She just was a crazy person who wanted to meet a stranger, do drugs in a fucking hotel room, and go home.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did she do a lot of the choking stuff?
She wanted to be choked. Yes.
Yeah. That sounds like one of those.
Punched?
Just slapped.
Damn, Ron.
Yeah.
Punched?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't know her, you might as well get a shot in. Now,
that's the most Florida fucking ever. You think she wanted you to punch her?
Yeah.
It's for being weird.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that was a fucking very. But then I felt bad afterwards because she was obviously like this crazy pussy, but then this woman was really actually just a crazy person, and she had a vagina. Like it was fucking nuts.
You felt like you were in bed with a special needs child instead
And
of like fun
think
crazy.
that's very possible.
Yeah, not. Yeah, it seemed like fun crazy. For the first 10 minutes, it was shocking. Then I was like, oh shit, she's really crazy. But
then you saw
she's
the helmet and the lunchbox, and you realized, oh my god,
no.
She had a big thick bike for some reason. I don't know why they have bikes that weigh like 110 pounds. They're like, yeah.
These are planted, I guess.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now that was over the weekend. Oh, and she could only hang out between 7 a.m. and noon. And
what?
Because her mother, she lives with her family, and the family doesn't let her out really.
No, she lives in a halfway house. Halfway houses have they have curfews, dude.
She live in a cage, man?
They gotta
What the
check
hell?
in every few hours.
She sent me videos of her doing dishes and fucking showing me her tits. Also, it was very strange.
Jesus Christ.
She
I don't
also-
even know your fucking last name and you.
Yeah.
No. She was like, very, like, she sent me videos of her blowing another dude, and.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fucking, wow.
Was she cute?
Yeah, she was attractive. Yeah, she was an attractive girl.
Wow.
And you still were like, yeah, I want to do this.
Well, yeah. But afterwards, I felt bad.
Because she was cutting herself and
I was looking for cutting signs.
Yeah.
And you noticed the Velcro shoes.
Right. She's putting on she's putting up an Evanescence poster and you're like, what's something wrong with this one?
She didn't have a belt, now that I think about it.
No
You're like, is there any
No
sharp
belt.
objects
no
in
belt,
the
no shoelaces.
No belt. No yeah, they were slip-on shoes.
Oh, jeez.
And there were sweatpants. Oh, this is now.
She was wearing sweats?
Yeah, she was
Were the
wearing
sweatpants all matching colors? Were they all orange?
It was all gray.
Jesus Christ.
All right, the next time you come in, I'm going to bring you some Jersey pizza, too, because...
I'm born and raised in Jersey. I love
Yeah.
Jersey pizza. I'm from Newark, technically.
And you don't think... what's your favorite Jersey pizza?
Raza in Jersey City.
I don't know that place.
The guy got written up in the New York Times just for his bread and butter. That's how good his baking is.
All right, first of all, I'm going there now.
Yeah.
Because when bread and butter is perfect, it's unbelievable.
He bakes it. He ages it in like a wicker basket with individual wicker baskets with like cloth.
Yeah.
And he cooks them all in the same wood fired oven. It's ridiculous.
Do you know the Star Tavern?
Of course, in Orange.
And
yeah.
you're not...
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. But they got written up like maybe 6 months ago as the best pizza in New Jersey. And then there's been a line there. When I was a kid, you could just go there whenever.
Now, do you... The places you picked in Manhattan, you put above Star Tavern?
Yeah, Star Tavern's a bar pie.
Yeah.
That's different. Cheese usually goes to the edge, a little crispy on the outside, a little bit more oil at the bottom. It's cooked in a pan. It's a little different.
First of all, you are so impressive talking about pizza. I can't fucking stand it.
Knows everything.
Seriously. It's
I wasn't kidding when I was telling you about all this.
No.
Chris was right, I guess.
And Chris, you go out to these spots, right?
I do. He's taken me to a bunch of them before.
Yeah.
Like they're never, I've never been disappointed. No. I tell him, I go, anytime I have any questions, I'm like, yo, I need a Chinese food place in Upper Queens. And he's like, yeah, I got you. And like, you just give him like a location. It's like,
I'm his like date, like concierge. Yeah. I'm taking a girl out. I think she's Asian. Where do
I got a hotel I can tell you to go to.
Yeah. You got to get a bag of Adderall.
Yeah. By the way, what's you pay for that hotel for the night?
$82.
That's got to be the scummiest hotel. I've never even heard
you staying for $82.
$82 fucking hotel in New York.
Yeah, it was deep in Long Island City.
Oh,
was it worth,
I was going to say, was it Jersey?
I don't think it was bed bugs. I didn't see anything moving on.
I think she left them there.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Little fucking cracked vials still on the floor. You're crushing her as you're carrying her over.
Yeah. There's a guy in the bathroom, but I'll give it to you for $82.
Then I'll take it.
Yeah.
There's a hole in the wall. Something might come through it at some point, but
yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it was a fucking weird scene.
You're the weird thing.
Yeah, like you're saying this like you're an outside party.
I guarantee you.
You were there. Do you not remember?
Like you saw it on TV.
Yeah. This is 100% true that she went home, said to her mom, I think I just fucked a retard back at this. We had this scummy fucking...
She's like, I did charity. I did a good thing here.
Yeah.
It's like he snorted all my birth control pills. It wasn't even Adderall.
Chris Millhouse and Alexis Guerreros are in the studio. Chris Millhouse is headlining Caroline's Comedy Club Tuesday, April 4th. Alexis will be opening for him. Go to carolines.com for tickets. And Chris will be appearing on Gotham Comedy Live on Access TV Thursday, March 9th. And Alexis's comedic soccer channel, The Cooligans, is available at soccercooligans.com. And on Twitter, it's at Chris Millhouse and at Not Alexis.
And Chris will be sleeping with Siamese twins.
Well, there's also the 17-year-old I just told you guys about.
Oh, God. What are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
He's throwing his life away.
I'm going to unmatch. I want to unmatch.
Yeah, you think? Because otherwise you might get arrested.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's illegal?
So yeah, originally she had posted that she was 18, then sent a message to him saying, hey, just so you know, I'm actually 17. Just throwing that out there.
Here she is kneeling in her little bedroom.
She looks like a kid.
There's a fucking, there's a Rainbow Bright poster.
Are you kidding me? So there's a coloring book at her knees? This isn't real, is it?
Yeah.
You just found
If
it.
there's a picture with her in a Capri Sun, I'm gonna be like,
Oh my God, you could not
dude,
fuck
that's like
this
a child,
person.
man. She's like 12.
Oh my God.
She looks like she's 13
She
years
makes
old.
Ariana Grande look like Mariah Carey, dude. She's so
Oh my God.
young.
But maybe it's just a sting. Maybe the
my God.
Oh, that's
acne.
Yeah, dude.
She does.
Dude.
She actually has acne.
Yeah,
like
no, for
a
real.
little kid.
Yeah,
she's holding her homework. Ron, would you?
No. The thing
this
is
the type of extra credit she needs, man.
This is literally the door is going to be kicked in.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, if someone's going to
Chris
say
Matthews or whatever that guy's name is there,
you're going to need to take a seat.
Chris Hansen, that's it.
How would you know that so fast?
And then another 18-year-old just
Stop matching with 18-year-olds. Put the fucking age up.
You can set it. My thing is, I just fucking.
I know what your thing is, dude. I know what your thing is.
Chris, you're old as balls. All right, just fucking.
You're not allowed within feet of where these people go to school. You know?
Hey.
First of all, this girl, here's what she writes. Looking for a normal guy, you're already out.
Got it.
Who wants to have a casual relationship. I am a hardcore communist. Swedish, love metal, and a bit crazy.
Yeah.
Of course, I am a spam robot as well.
What? That's the one?
No, that's another.
Oh, God. Look at her there with her thrash fucking shirt on.
So this is 18-year-old just matched with me because I just swipe right on everything and whatever happens.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't believe that. Dude.
No, that's what I do.
Age range 18 to 19.
The age range is 18 to like fucking 40.
Is that what your age range is?
I believe so. I think that's what it is right now.
You'd be better off going older than younger.
Yeah.
That doesn't even look real.
First of all, you should not be matching with anyone who cannot legally have a drink with you.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Or maybe that's how he gets him. It's like, you bros want a beer?
Yeah.
What do we care?
Guess who
whether
could
they
buy
can
you alcohol?
Legally drink when they're snorting Adderall.
All the kids are doing
Here's
that.
the thing that I really don't understand. You were doing well for yourself. Yeah. He was matching with plenty of women, age appropriate,
I still am.
getting laid, and now he's just got to make it crazier and crazier every time.
Dude, you better be backing it up, man.
Well, I usually don't, but I did with the girl on the weekend.
You usually don't?
What? He's a raw dogger.
Well, and he's on the correct channel.
Yeah. He's an alcoholic, gambling addict, drug addict, who we just found out after breaking up is also a sex addict.
I guess, yeah.
And what he likes is the danger. Like, when you said that you felt bad and shameful after it,
I
think that's what you like.
Yeah.
That's when the feeling.
I definitely like the feeling, like, look, this is fucked up. But, like, before the chick rolled up in front of the fucking hotel, in front of the Uber, like, it was a fucking feeling of excitement, whether or not it's going to be fucking her and some dude, or some fucking dude who was just catfishing me, or even a fucking cop. There was some weird sort of fucking excitement.
You got the hotel before you met her?
Well, see, this is what happened. So she can only hang out from 7 to noon. So I was like, well, checkout's noon. Might as well just fucking sleep the night in the fucking hotel because she's going to be out of here by the time I check out.
You slept there the night before?
In that disgusting motel?
Why?
Why'd you put your
apartment along
It's nicer than my apartment.
You didn't want to wake up
so weird, dude.
This story is
so weird.
He just said it was nicer than his apartment.
Oh, God.
You just told us the beginning of a snuff film.
Yes. It is. That's what he's looking for. There was an old 70s movie called Looking for Mr. Goodbar. And this woman would go out in crazy 1970s New York and get more and more reckless and more close to the edge. And that's where you're living right now.
I gotta see that movie.
Yeah, you're living it.
You want a girl that you want a girl that you're like, I don't know, is there anything sharp around? I gotta hide it. Like,
you're not going to be satisfied until someone cuts your dick off. That's your fetish.
You're going to end up getting some girl pregnant. Is what you're going to end up doing. Some 18-year-old girl. And
you know what's going to happen? You're going to fuck one of these girls that likes to cut, right? And then you're going to have her blood on you, and you're going to cut yourself, and your blood's going to be on her, and she's going to end up dead after she leaves you, and you're going to fucking jail for this.
This sounds right.
With AIDS.
This just feels right.
Don't forget the AIDS.
Doesn't that sound like it's going to happen?
Yeah. That kind of shit, because no one is going to believe him because they just have tons of radio tape of insanity. Any of your Periscope stuff.
Yeah. It's I feel I'm gonna take it back a little bit after this weekend because nothing bad happened as of right now, at least. And like I used the condom, and
But and you guys know this from comedy, the borderline sexual assault stuff is what everyone is looking for now. Mm-hmm. Some chance to say that somebody is a bad person so they can dogpile him. This will be so easy for an entire society.
I feel like the dog pile is starting already. You know?
Yeah.
We're preparing.
We're already jumping on him.
We just need a body.
Yeah.
That's all we need. Or some crying young girl. And then he held me down.
The best is there's going to be no one in your life that's going to say, like, I didn't see it coming. Because literally everyone around you is
anything coming. Every time that we don't hear from him over a weekend, we expect that he's dead.
God.
His friends will go, have you heard from Chris? And we'll be like, no. And then the other person will say to me, uh-oh. I feel like this time it is it.
Yeah.
You know?
How many times have you had to, like, talk me down? Like, we've been through this before. Like, he's going to be all right. And I was like, I don't know. I haven't heard from him in 3 days. I'm freaking out.
You guys keep track of your son here. Like,
Well, here's what we do. I tell her, look, I know him. He's able to do this. Then I hang up and I say to my wife, well, he's dead. But I might as well try to give her the weekend to enjoy herself.
Somebody,
we have to make
you've got a flower arrangement permanently on hold.
Yes.
The obituary's already written. We're just waiting for the date to put in.
When am I going to make this speech? Let's go.
I prepaid everything, you know?
Oh, nice.
Because I don't want you to end up in, what is it, Potter's Field?
That's it, yeah.
Like your dad.
Or possibly just like a shitty cremation.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. I prefer a plot or a mausoleum.
Really? You never get a mausoleum, brother.
Who's got the money for a mausoleum?
I'll leave you in that $82 a night fucking hotel. Would be cheaper.
That's your mausoleum.
Yeah,
in that hotel room.
Yeah. The first 2 floors were a mausoleum.
You live in New York and they've pretty much run out of plots.
I know.
We don't bury people in New York anymore.
I know, but a guy can dream. Like that's
the dream.
It's like the mausoleum. I always think that looks badass.
Yeah. Well, you live near the one that's got Basquiat in it, right?
Yes, Greenwood Cemetery, which is like a huge, old, beautiful cemetery. But there's a lot of people buried there. Basquiat is probably the most famous, but the guy, like the real Bill the Butcher, is buried there. Like,
do they have tours?
Yeah, they do. They have.
I would love to go take a cemetery tour. I've never done that.
Yeah.
That was at the last shot of Gangs in New York was from that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Because I always get up and walk out by the time it's over. You know what, Scorsese, I can't watch the end of it anymore. That was Goodfellas. I get so wired up on those fucking coke scenes.
Yeah.
I'm like, as soon as bam, 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 I'm like, I'm out. I can watch all the murders. Can't watch a guy paranoid on coke. It's too fucking flashback.
It's too real?
And it's fucking helicopter fucking above him. It's fucked up.
Black helicopters falling off.
Yeah.
Chris Millhouse and Liz Guerreros are in studio.
That's the guy go with the plugs.
Chris is headlining Caroline's Comedy Club Tuesday, April 4th. Alexis is opening for him. Go to carolines.com for tickets. And Chris will be appearing on Gotham Comedy Live on Access TV Thursday, March 9th. And Alexis's comedic soccer channel, The Cooligans, is available at soccercooligans.com. On Twitter, it's at Chris Millhouse and at Not Alexis.
Chris and I had a cringe moment not too long ago when I'm at the stand and I forget who was supposed to be there. Somebody.
It was Ben Bailey.
Oh,
and he was late.
Couldn't make it.
He was
right?
late.
So they hand me a note that says Ben can't make it. Introduce, but whose name did they have down?
Gary Veter.
Gary Veter's name.
Who I look like. I look a little bit like him.
Let's see how much.
Yeah, and so, I just remember they just came up real quick and they're like, hey, Ben is late. Do you want to go on? I said, yeah, sure. And then they like, no, you got to go now. They're going to introduce you. I go, great. And I'm on my way to the stage as you introduce me. And then you say Gary Veter, and I stop dead in my tracks. And I go, is he here? Like, what is happening? And then you had a moment with me when I'm walking up and you're looking at me. You're like, we don't know each other that well, but you knew that my name was not Gary Veter.
But everybody there thought your name was Gary Veter after all these years?
No, I don't understand. That manager and I have known each other for like 4 years.
Who was it, Adele?
Adele, yeah. Like, and it just like she felt so embarrassed later. She's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know why. I just blanked. And I was like, yeah, that was really weird.
You got that today.
Christian thought I was Gary when he walked in.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
It's just because we're short, the glasses kind of, look like Jews.
Thank God Dom DeLuise is dead. That'll never happen to me.
Actually, the eyes are Dom DeLuise's.
Yeah.
Yes. More than anything.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah. Go to any of his kids.
Please don't pull up Dom DeLuise.
What were you thinking when you introduced? Like,
I thought I was nuts. First of all, I don't like to get a note saying everything has changed. And I had to pull my readers down, and then I go, am I reading the wrong fucking thing?
Right.
But
Because you looked confused too.
Yeah.
Like you were like, wait.
You recovered and pulled it out, which is almost impossible to do when it's such a fucking train wreck. I mean, it's like being in a Louis J. Gomez show where he's all confused about everything.
Yeah, no, it was definitely interesting. I think I asked the audience, does anybody know who Gary Veter is? And like one guy goes, yeah, you look like him. All right.
But that's impressive because like it's very hard for me to recover from any kind of cringy moment. Like I'm just like, anytime something like that happens, I think I should go home for the day. I think we'll just take a skip this day.
I know that's like a bad moment at a party, let alone in front of a room full of people.
Yeah, you just have to be professional and just like literally just plow through it. You know, you embrace it at the beginning and then you just kind of go into your act from there, and then, you know, your act should be good enough to recover a sold out room, you know?
I would have just done Gary's act.
Yeah, I should have. I should have just
Gary.
Should have just did all his jokes.
To this material. Just tonight only.
Like, this is mine now, just so you guys know.
Like, yo, Gary's hilarious.
Yeah. No, we got to get you definitely to come on the Comic Juice though on a Tuesday.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Yeah,
I'll definitely do that tonight.
Gotham every Tuesday, 9:30.
I also run a show called Illuminati Party. It's a secret show in an old mafia basement. You should come to that.
Really?
Yeah, it's tonight actually.
But how is anyone supposed to know about it?
Yeah, if you get invited, that's how you show up.
That's the only way you will know.
They used to do it. Really? They used to do this at the stand a while back, and they built it off that, and now it's like in this like cool like secret location. It's like it's surprise in the bottom of a pizza shop.
All right, enough information.
You've narrowed it down to a couple million.
I'm going to invite Chris. Just have plastic on the floor. Shit.
Every once in a while, people show up ready to do Illuminati shit, like shit they've heard. This is going to be one of them. Chris is going to show up just in a robe with like a baby's blood in a jar.
It doesn't get weird enough, right, Chris? That's what you're going for. There's just a strange, weird thing that makes you feel like you're not dead inside. You know?
I mean, I really came to the realization over the weekend where I thought I could have been either arrested or the shit kicked out of me and robbed, and I was like fucking excited and felt.
But didn't feel like you were bottoming out?
I felt really bad about myself walking from the hotel as she jumped into a car, and I just we parted ways. Never, hopefully, to ever see each other speak again. I really just.
I really hope she listens.
No.
That would be amazing if she just calls in like, "Hey, guess what?"
She didn't care what I did for her.
Have you ever heard how David Carradine died?
Oh yeah,
I heard like the Yakuza killed him.
No, he was like wearing fishnet stockings.
Yeah, autoerotic
and he was trying
asphyxiation.
to kill himself. That turned you on when you heard that? You said, that's the way I want to go.
I don't want to be autoerotically asphyxiated.
And you know what?
That's
funny,
too far.
The funny thing about it was there was two Asian hookers that were in the room, and you're like, you don't think they'd say like, "Hey, if you see me start to pass out, maybe like cut the belt off."
I think that's when you come for autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, whoops, we let him die. Let's take his money."
Yeah.
As if coming didn't feel good enough. You have to cut off the oxygen.
Yeah, but what else?
As well. The guy from In Excess died the same way.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And I believe Richard Manuel from the band, although they just called that suicide. But it was like in the shower, you know, after a show, belt around the thing. I'm like, first of all, how fucking thin are you? That the fucking shower, the faucet doesn't fucking snap. Huh?
Oh, that was the show that.
Yeah. I thought that's what happened to Robin Williams at first. I was like, nah.
Because people spread that rumor. Yeah.
But it turns out he really did just straight kill
himself. Yeah, but that was because it was so shocking to think of him being, I think just like everyone just assumes he was like this happy, you know, guy that people are like, oh, it must have been that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's exactly what is this, a belt?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I had heard that he had some kind of fucking thing eating his brain up.
Yeah, he said that suppose he was going to go like full dementia, like very quickly.
Yeah.
And apparently he was really sad about it. Well, obviously, very sad about it.
Robin Williams with dementia, how would anybody know? We'd be just like, I don't know, the new material. I'm not liking as much.
Yeah, his new material's not really connecting. It's a little weird, but all right.
They're still booking him on late night.
Yeah, people are still paying him tons of money to do it.
He's like, who am I? Where am I? And they're like, this is great.
Applesauce.
I think that was one of the weirdest things to when Robin Williams died. Like, people really took it a lot hard.
Yeah.
You know? And I remember I was seeing a screening next door, and when I got out of the screening, I turned my phone on, and as I was walking down to take a piss, I just started hearing bing, bing, bing. I'm like, fuck, 9/11's back. You know what I mean? We got another. But it was just people that I hadn't fucking talked to in years. One after another. Oh my God, Robin Williams, Jesus, what happened? I'm like, fuck. I never saw people take it that harsh before.
Gandolfini and Robin Williams were the two for me that my phone blew up after.
Yeah, Gandolfini. That was a rough one, man.
Yeah.
That's, but you know, Robin Williams, that you forgot how many kids just grew up on his cartoons. They didn't even know the movies, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of kids just knew him as that fucking genie or whatever. I'm going, what was he? Genie?
Yeah.
I'll have to say this sometime.
One of my good friends who I haven't talked to in a long time, black dude, he was like, "Yo, did you hear Ms. Doubtfire died?" Thanks. You know, it hurt a little bit. But
Ms. Doubtfire died. That's fucking the best. Well, some people just thought of him as Mork, which he had only played a couple years in the 70s, but that's back when people would watch a TV show like 80 million people would be watching.
There was like 4 channels.
Yeah. And now if you have a TV show, if you get like 500,000, they're going to go, we'll renew you, but you're on the bubble. If you look at some of those FX shows and stuff, it's shocking how few people.
Yeah, but and some of those shows are amazing too.
Yes.
Some of the FX ones for sure.
You know it's good because people aren't watching.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
We have friends on like True TV. I've never watched this stuff, but we're like, hey, good for you.
Here's the thing with those True TV guys. What are they called? The
Practical Jokers.
Yeah. In their world, they're gigantic stars.
They sold out O2 Arena in England like 5 nights in a row. That's massive.
It's insane.
But if you don't watch it, you don't know them at all. It's kind of almost like the best of both worlds, where you can be a giant star and at the same time able to go into a restaurant and not get bothered by people. Unless somebody has True TV. Then they go batshit when they see you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when Sal does Comedy Juice a lot, and he'll just get bombarded by people. Like, I mean, like in the middle of the showroom, people will be like, see, they start screaming, and they're like, hey, there's a show going on. Like, you understand? Like, you can talk outside, but people just go nuts. They
also line up to take pictures with them afterwards. During the show, people are getting out of their seats.
Anytime Sal Volcano's on a show, like, and he, like, publicizes it at all, like, I mean, just so many people, like, will come out for that. And
but he wants to do something different in stand-up, which is interesting about him.
He's trying to branch out, is what he's doing, and that's great. Like,
most people wouldn't think. Most people think, oh, I'm doing great. I'll stay in my hot tub for a while. You know? And he's like, what do I really want to do?
Yeah, he loves stand-up. He loves comedy. I saw him. He did This Is Not Happening with Ari Shaffir on Comedy Central this year. And, like, he was so excited for that because it's a legit, like, Comedy Central credit outside of his true, TV show. Like, it felt more, I think, to him because he's doing it on his own and not just, like, as a group with somebody, you know? Like, it's more of an individual type of accomplishment. So
couldn't be a nicer guy either.
No, he's the sweetest dude in the world.
It's kind of annoying, actually.
Yeah, everything is went his way.
Could you be a dick for 5 minutes, please?
Like, help me hate you a little bit.
What was it? He owned a bar or something, right?
He did, Staten Island, I think, Yeah, that's how
on Staten Island.
JF used to run a show at that bar. That's how they met.
Yeah.
What's the best Staten Island pizza?
Well, it depends. All right, I like Joe and Pat's, but they stretch their dough a little thin. So I would say like Nunzio's is a great slice joint. You know, Danino's is also great.
Ricky Velez was telling me that he had the best Chinese food of his life in Staten Island.
That's hilarious.
And he said it's like better than any Chinatown place you'll ever go.
It's Chinese food, though.
Yeah, but that's what I said. He goes, it's so different. It's like Outer Borough. And I'm like, all right.
He was like, it was a vacation out there.
That's where he spent the summer. Staten Island.
He's summered.
Oh, my God. His summer's there. It's wonderful.
Well, I was like, I couldn't argue because I've never, who goes to Staten Island? Like, I never go out there. I'm never going to try their Chinese food.
Boat's free. That's all I have to tell you about that.
Normally, I just get off the Verrazano and hit the gas until I'm in Jersey.
Where in Jersey do you live?
I don't know. I live in Manhattan.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I do like Jersey comfort foods, sandwiches, pizzas. I like Connecticut's, and I like even some of Long Island.
You ever been to White Manor in Jersey?
No, I hear about it from my friend Hard Rock Johnny all the time.
It's fucking incredible. You have to go. It's these little sliders. They cook it. They cook like onions. The meat on top of that, and they put the bun on top of that, so that onion steam goes into everything. It's absolutely ridiculous. You gotta eat it. It's the only thing they really sell there.
Guys, can we go? Can we
really?
Go right
Why aren't you doing a food show, dude? This is insane.
I just signed a holding deal, so we'll see.
Did you?
Yeah, I'll see if it happens.
With the big network or something else?
Well, it's a production company for a really big network.
Yeah.
That's all I really want to say. But hopefully that happens.
If that doesn't work out,
he's going to be a big deal.
Yes,
got
man, I can fucking, I'm going crazy every time he talks.
Now, did you say what the best Brooklyn pizza is? Did you say that yet?
Sam's.
No, I think Sam's the whole pie. I think that's the best. I think that's the best pizza you're going to get in the world. But they don't sell by slice.
Is it? You think it's better than Giuliana's? You told me to go to Giuliana's, and I thought it was amazing.
Giuliana's is great, but it's coal oven. I prefer. There's a certain temperature that Sam's cooks in that only like 3 people in the world cook in, and that's why it's my favorite. Dude, this is a big deal for me. I called your show once when you were on 102.7, and I made you laugh. That was like, I told everyone for like 3 months about that.
When was it? What was it about?
You were doing Vatican Crisis during when all the kids were getting raped. I don't know what you were doing that week. Sorry, Chris. But you called up, and it was like, I do it for months. I was like, I'm going to call one day, I'm going to make them laugh. This was before I was a comic. And, it was you had to call up and say Vatican Crisis, and then whatever the post pun title would be,
right?
And then you say Vatican Crisis again. So I called up, and as soon as I called up, I said, "Yeah, I got one." He goes, "All right, hold on." And you know that click sound that when you're on, I'm like, "Oh my fucking god, I didn't have one yet." I was just gonna call. I thought it was like a half-hour wait, so I just panicked and I went Vatican Crisis. Is your deacon my mouth? Vatican Crisis. And I was like, right on the spot, I thought of it, and you gave me you said, what is it, the emaciated gift closet or something like that? And I told the guy, I gave him my phone and number, and I was like, my address, and I was like, yo, can I just get an autographed picture of like Ron and Fez? And he's like, no, we don't have that. But do you have PlayStation? I said, yeah, and he hangs up on me. And then 3 months later, I get the worst video game I've ever had in my entire life.
That's fucking great.
It wasn't even finished. Like, you completed board 1. They're like, that's enough for you. You know, it was the worst. I ended up giving the game away, but it was a great, dude, I think about that all the time. Right before I came here tonight, I was like, dude, I can't believe I actually get to be on the radio.
Well, you know, out of all the shows I've ever done, people get pissed when I say this now, but local New York, and we were doing it at nights, I think, at the time, those fucking callers were so funny that you would just come up with a premise and let the callers run with it. It was amazing.
I thought they were all plants.
No.
These have to be comics. That's why I thought I'm never going to get on.
No.
That was wild.
That was just fucking New Yorkers.
Hilarious.
Late night New York radio was just
the best. It was the absolute best.
This was
late night radio
post
9/11. It's always fun.
Yeah, like post 9/11, I feel like most people I knew turned to 102.7 at that time.
Right.
And you guys were just, I mean, you would just say one thing and it was call after call after call.
Right.
It was like someone else tagging, like a billion people tagging a great joke. It was fucking amazing.
We actually used to think of premises more than punchlines because we knew like that the fucking hive mind of New York City, right, would come up. And these guys would be fucking incredible night after night. And the other shows were like, I get the worst calls. And I'm like, you're not challenging them. Just fucking challenge these people to write one-liners.
Yeah.
And you're done.
They were like professional Ron and Fez call-inners.
Oh, yeah,
These people would wait with a notebook. I know it.
I know.
I was somewhere. I forget where I was. And I said something like, what is that? And someone goes, I don't know. It might be a dog's ass. And I was like, oh, you listen to Ron and Fez. Because they say that shit all the time. Yeah.
I used to do radio. I don't know if I told you that. I was a radio DJ for a long time.
Where?
In San Diego. Over at Rock 105.3 down in basically just all of San Diego. I did 91X. And I did Phoenix, KUPD, like just a bunch of stuff for like years. And I used to have the late night shift. Always. So, I mean, in order to get people to listen and to translate it, I used to like just do all sorts of stupid like little games like that. I'd have a stripper hour where I knew it was the hour that they got off work, so I'd ask them to call in.
So you were like doing overnights?
Yeah, overnights, big time. Yeah, and then eventually got moved up or whatever. But
by the way, too, that's the great especially in a rock station because the young girls think you're a celebrity.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? And you're like, no, you can come right over here.
Yeah,
here I'm going to give you the hotline. You can come stop by any time.
Yeah. No.
Well, this was great, guys. This was really a lot of fun today.
Thank you guys thanks for having us.
Chris Millhouse and Alexis Guerreros have been in the studio. Chris is headlining Caroline's Comedy Club Tuesday, April 4th. Alexis will be opening for him. Go to carolines.com for tickets. And Chris is appearing on Gotham Comedy Live on Access TV Thursday, March 9th. And Alexis's comedic soccer channel, The Cooligans, is available at soccercooligans.com on Twitter. It's at Chris Millhouse and at Not Alexis.
Tonight at the Stand, it's Paul Versi, Aaron Berg, Joe List, and Cigars and scotch together.
And appetizers.
So it's a big cigars and scotch tasting thing at the stand. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll see you guys out there. Dudes, this was great.
Thanks
Let's do
so
this
much.
again.
Guys, thanks for having us. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm going to go to every one of these Brooklyn pizza places. I want to start at one borough, I think, and make sure I hit all the top places.
Take my number. Shoot me a text whenever you want.
I'm
going to
do it constantly. You're going to get annoyed.
He already gets annoyed with me.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!